Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
You will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their court.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're doing commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican for his service Latino. I didn't ask you to interrupt.
Is that correct?
literally not true.
Oh, for crumb's sake.
Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and I am a little bit better rested now. Had a nice 1 hour nap. As soon as we went off the air, went upstairs, laid down, closed my eyes. I was out. Slept for an hour. So, it was awesome. It was awesome. So if I look tired, but I'm feeling great. Feeling great. Welcome back. We have to go back to court here because the judge is getting set to do his... You guys wanted to see the Capitol thing, right? You guys wanted to see the Capitol thing. So we're gonna go back for that right now. If you want to wait just 1 second for the music to stop. I guess I have control over that, so let's do that here. There we go. We'll just fade that out.
No, gonna come right here to this corner. We can get a fingerprint.
I've got two matters on here, right?
Yes, sir. Motion to adjudicate on an aggravated robbery and capital murder being reduced to a murder as in this.
Well, I don't know if it's reduced so much as we're waiving the death penalty going with 50. Well, I can't.
You can't
on
do
here.
that.
Yeah, it's essentially a reduction to murder. He's right, because it's either death or life. Yeah,
50 concurrent, yes.
50 concurrent.
That's your final answer.
Yes, I'm sticking with it.
Okay. All right, y'all want to take up the motion first? Or?
Your Honor, I would like, before we get going, sorry to interrupt the court. I want to acknowledge the fact that the family members of the victim are here in the courtroom today.
All right, where are they? Okay.
Northwest, congratulations. You won the internet.
Who are these people? The family, because they're kind of new to this trial we're having. Are they members of the defendant's family? Okay. All right.
Little capital murder
I know Gerald
hearing
from
here.
way back, and you've been in here before, I believe,
Your
sir,
Honor.
but it's not often enough. I'm sorry, but I know you're a well-respected attorney. Give me your full name.
It's Robert, last name Loper, Loper.
He called him Gerald. Maybe that was somebody else.
I should have remembered that. I went to school with Don Looper, who was a attorney. I don't know if y'all are related.
We're not related, but I actually know him because
Great
when I was
guy.
in school, we were confused for each other all the time. People asked me if I was a civil lawyer, and they asked him if he was the prosecutor. For the criminal lawyer.
I don't think Don did much criminal work. No. Yeah, we went to University of Houston together, and he's a smart guy, real smart guy. He was in the group that I ran around with. And
Got in trouble.
okay, so you said let's take up the capital case first.
That's fine, Judge.
Is that what y'all want?
No objection, Judge.
In 24 CR 2291, the state of Texas versus Trevontae Turner. You're Mr. Turner.
Yes.
Correct. And you are here with your attorneys, Mr. Burke and Mr. Loper, and the state's attorney is present. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this indictment and the arraignment here? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir. He waives it.
In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about September 26, 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed capital felony offense of murder by terroristic, the firearm intentionally caused the death of an individual by shooting the defendant with a firearm, and you were in the course of committing or attempting to commit the offense of robbery. And this ends like all indictments against the peace and dignity of the state signed by the foreperson of the grand jury. Do you understand what you are charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the caption has a name that has nothing to do with within the body. But anyway, it's capital murder.
Yes, sir.
And so do you understand what you're charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
He's facing life or death right now. Life without parole or death penalty. Let's hear if they drop the death penalty.
So what are we doing on? Is it we're going capital on?
No,
this?
Judge, it's murder.
Okay, we're going to be pleading to the lesser included
That's right.
offense.
Life without parole.
Okay, now I need to write that down because
I meant to ask you that beforehand, and I forgot.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay, so the lesser included offense of murder,
Yes, Judge.
correct?
However you want to do this, fine.
Here it is right here. You guys, you can choose one.
Which one do you want? You're getting murder. So which one do you want? 80. Sounds like the store manager is an awesome guy.
You know,
You want me to just check
My
it?
condolences on his appearance.
Yeah, so I think the first one is murder, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then murder and any other ones you want to choose. I don't have another one. I prefer one of these two. It's your call.
Okay, 1 and 6.
1 and 6. I meant to sort that out beforehand.
Okay.
I'm going to need help picking my Keefe D trial name.
All right, sir, this is a first degree felony that you are going to be pleading guilty to of murder, and you are facing a term of life imprisonment or any term of not more than 99 years or less than 5 years in prison. And in addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand the punishment range for a first degree felony of murder?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached between the parties. You would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 50 years in prison. This sentence shall run concurrently with 21-36929, this case of aggravated robbery where there's a motion to revoke probation. And I guess you will be, your probation will be revoked here in a little bit, and then you will be found guilty and sentenced to, we've deferred you. You will be revoked, found guilty, and then sentenced to a term of imprisonment that will run concurrently with this case. Is that your understanding of the plan in both cases?
Yes, sir.
If I follow these agreements that I intend to do, you have no right of appeal of either of these cases. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
That's what they told Brian Koberger before he took his plea deal as well. But guess what he's doing? If I follow this, you have no right
in
of
this
appeal.
murder plea here of this capital murder case, as it is indicted in 24 CR 2291, the agreement is you will be pleading to the lesser offense of murder. As to that lesser included offense, how do you plead formally? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty of the elements of murder, intentionally, knowingly causing the death of an individual by shooting them with a firearm, and you were
In the commission of a robbery.
do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm showing you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Gerald, did you sign that? Understand it? Discuss it with your attorney? Are the contents true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence and without objection,
Without objection.
it's admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You are guilty of the lesser included offense of murder. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, totally satisfied with the representation by your lawyers. All of this is true. It states, so help you God. States Exhibit 1, part of the record for all purposes.
Like
Pre-sentence report is waived.
It is, Your Honor.
I will follow this agreement in this case and find that, Mr. Turner, you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It is freely and voluntarily made. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There is sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted in this hearing to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this lesser included first degree felony of murder based upon this capital murder indictment in this cause number 24 CR 2291. Finding you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 50 years. And the judgment shall reflect an affirmative finding that a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, was used in the commission of the offense. Do you understand what has happened today in this case, sir?
Yes, sir.
Anything else on this case?
No, Your Honor.
Not from the state.
We are in recess on that one, and we will now go to the following case, 21-36939, 36929.
It's pouring rain here again.
In this case, there is a first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation that has been filed. It's one of the longer motions we've done.
Yes, Judge. The state is elected to abandon all of the allegations except for 1 and 6.
Okay. The motion I have in here does not have a stamped date on it like they all do. And we held a hearing on it.
I've got a stamped copy, Judge.
It's just in our electronic file, Judge, the stamped copy.
Okay. This was filed on or about August 18th, 2025. And does the defendant waive a formal reading of this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation? In this case, can we proceed in summary?
Yes, we can, Judge.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. In summary, this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation states that on September 13th, 2021, in this criminal district court of Jefferson County, Texas, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for the first degree felony of aggravated robbery. Is all of that true and correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. We will go on allegation 1. We had done that earlier and then that was abandoned. And so I wrote because I guess the other things popped up and both cases needed to be worked out.
I don't know that defense has an objection to me re-urging that previously abandoned.
We have no objection to them re-urging that which was previously abandoned.
Allegation 1 states that you, Trevontae Turner, is alleged to have committed the offense of murder on or about September 26, 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, which would be in violation of condition 1 of your deferred or unadjudicated probation order, which states do not commit an offense against the state or the United States. And that is the same allegation that you have just pleaded guilty to under this capital murder indictment, pleading guilty to the lesser included offense of murder. So do you understand what you're charged with here in allegation 1?
Yes.
Is this allegation true and correct as it is alleged?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true and correct to this voluntarily because it is true as it is alleged?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a voluntarily and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that would be enough to grant a motion to revoke probation. Your probation here can be revoked. You can now be found guilty for this underlying offense of aggravated robbery and sentenced thereupon. Do you understand the ramifications of pleading true?
Yes, sir.
I find then you are pleading true voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because this allegation is true. An agreement's been reached in this case as well. You would be, your probation would be hereby revoked. You would now be found guilty and sentenced to 50 years in prison under this indictment, which originally charged you with aggravated robbery.
Your Honor, there's also the matter of allegation number 6. Out of an abundance of caution, we'd ask that he plead true to number 1 and number 6, and the state will abandon all of the remaining counts or allegations.
That's fine, Judge.
All right. Allegation 6 here of this first amended motion to revoke probation alleges that you committed the federal offense of fraud on or about September 3rd, 2024. So that would have been a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks prior to the commission of the murder that you pleaded guilty to. And this is a violation of condition 1 of your deferred adjudication order by devising a scheme to obtain property by means of false or fraudulent pretenses, and in doing so caused to be deposited any matter or thing whatever to be sent or delivered by any private or commercial interstate carrier, or took or received therefrom any such matter or thing, or knowingly caused to be delivered by mail or such carrier according to the direction thereon, or at the place at which it was directed to be delivered by the person to whom it was addressed, any such matter or thing. Namely, you obtained a Pro Mag Industries drum magazine 9mm 50 rounds for a Taurus PT, as in Paul Tom 111, by means of providing the false name of Trevontae Perkins and or providing the false address of 4214 Brisbane Street, Houston, Texas 77047-9999, and by fraudulently using the email address that is listed here in this allegation, and in doing so caused a Pro Mag Industries drum magazine 9mm 50 rounds for a Taurus PT 111 to be deposited, sent, or delivered by any private or commercial interstate carrier, or took or received therefrom a Pro Mag Industries drum magazine 9mm 50 rounds for Taurus PT 111, or knowingly caused to be delivered by mail or such interstate carrier according to the direction thereon, or at the place at which it was directed to be delivered by the person to whom it was addressed. Again, a Pro Mag Industries drum magazine 9mm 50 rounds, which I believe is a clip, right?
Yes.
We refer to that as the clip,
big round
which is
clip
now used
goes in the bottom
for
of a handgun
to bypass a semi-automatic and turn it into automatic firearm for Taurus PT 111. All of this in violation of 18 United States Code Section 1341, which I think is mail fraud.
That's right, Judge.
20 years in U.S. Attorney's Office, and that
You got that one.
that was a familiar. Well, it was 922G and 1341 were two of the most often used U.S. Code sections. Anyway, do you understand what you were charged with in this allegation number 6 of the first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, sir? Is this allegation true and correct as it is alleged?
Yes.
And are you pleading true and correct to this voluntarily and because it is true?
Yes, sir.
And once again, do you understand a voluntarily and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation? That's enough to grant a motion to revoke probation. Again, your probation can be revoked and you can be sentenced to the full range of punishment. In this case, an agreement has been reached, as in the earlier case, that your probation would be revoked. You would now be found guilty of the underlying offense here of aggravated robbery that you were placed on probation for, and sentenced to 50 years in prison to run concurrently with the previous case. Is all of that true and correct?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
They made all these things modern, except they didn't figure out 15% of us are left-handed and right on the pad. Our hand has to be on the pad, which now smudges. And so I put this as a buffer. What are you writing there? I said, what are you putting that thing for? But I grew up with right-handed desks, which is why everybody had. But those left-handers, we had to turn our body and to place our forearm on the desk. Again, in this case, as before, I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document? Understand it? Discuss it with your attorney? Are the contents true and correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence without objection.
Correct.
Admitted. Again, as before, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea and plea of true in this case, which is made freely and voluntarily upon discussions with your attorney. You were giving up your rights to a hearing on this as you plead true, and that you swear all of this is true and correct, so help you God. State's Exhibit 1 is part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is waived here. I guess it's really, we can move forward because there's an agreement. I'm going to follow this agreement. Anything else to add?
Nothing from the state.
By the parties?
Nothing from the state.
If not, I'm going to find that, Mr. Turner, you have pleaded true voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently to allegations 1 and 6 of this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation in cause number F, as in Frank 21-36929. And you have done this voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. That is enough to grant this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation by a preponderance of the evidence or greater. Thus, your deferred or unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked for these two violations, 1 and 6 in this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. Earlier in this case, you pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understood and appreciated the consequences of pleading guilty. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted in your original plea hearing in this case to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, though we deferred any finding of guilt so long as you were placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation and followed the conditions and terms of that probation. Now that your probation has hereby been revoked, I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this underlying offense of aggravated robbery, a first-degree felony. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 50 years. These two sentences in these cases shall run concurrently.
Are unanimous. Oh, wait.
Do you understand fully what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
Also, in each of these cases, the judgment shall reflect an affirmative finding that a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, was used in the commission of each of these offenses. Anything else to add?
No.
State defense. All right, we are in recess.
All right. There was the capital case. 50 years starts now. It's a long time. Some would say if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Sir?
Can I have about 5 minutes?
With me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do
You do me the honor. Here. That's for you.
Oh.
And here's this.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Lead on, your office.
So the jury will be to 5 minutes, please. We'll get.
Okay, we're going to be 5 minutes, jury. 5 minutes. Which means we can skip ahead just a little bit. Looks like they're coming back out. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, look what's happening. Turning the camera. We're not quite straight, but hey, we'll take it. Oh, never mind. All right, yeah, 50 years, one year for each of the rounds his drum magazine could hold. 50. And let me tell you, a 50 round drum magazine is designed for people who can't aim. I'm sorry. I stand by that. If you can't hit them with the first 10 or 18, depends on, on what your magazine holds. Why not add another 32? First of all, it's incredibly heavy. It's heavy because that many rounds adds a couple pounds of weight to your gun. So it probably doubles the weight of the gun maybe. And it's just bam, 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 bam. It's just, they call that pray and spray, where you just throw lead into the air and hope it hits the intended target and not the unintended ones. And it's never seen in law enforcement use on a handgun. Now, there are other guns that law enforcement uses that has high-capacity magazines, but usually not drum magazines. Usually they're straight, like maybe a 30 round at most for like an AR type platform. Greeners, you might have to time yourself out here. I shouldn't have said that. He says, "Welcome back, Greeners. It's good to have you here." Alrighty. I need this website to work. Give us a minute. We'll be starting the trial back up here in just a second. Somebody asked for a moment of personal privilege with the judge back in chambers just to talk about something. So, 8th. Hold, please, for just a second. Search court records. All right, 30 round mag is standard on an AR M4. Yeah, get yourself a mag pole, 30 round. The great magazines work great. 50 on a Taurus. I'm guessing that's like 9mm, maybe a 45. Did he say? I don't remember if he said what the caliber was. But so you're probably going to have it either be a 940 or a 45. What was that? Taurus PT 101. I have to look that up to see what model it is. That's a lot. That's a lot of rounds. Because 50 or how many are in the box of ammo when you buy it? Think of it like buying a pack of hot dogs with the same number of buns. JMR, that never happens. You can never get the same number of buns as in a package of hot dogs. I think it's actually against the law for them to sell them. It's a conspiracy. That's what it is. 7. Apartment number 2. That's what I needed. All right. Let's see. I'm filling out documents for case access right now. It's always a conspiracy. My audio just got super quiet. Weird. That was my fault. I'm sorry. He said 9mm. Will be heavy to hold and properly aim. It's almost impossible to conceal. The drum magazine means that it does not fit in your pants at all. And I guess that's usually where people carry them. I want to go look for hot dog companies paying bun companies and prove the conspiracy. If you find one, let's do a class action lawsuit, because I think all of us should be reimbursed for either the extra hot dogs or the extra buns we had to buy and not use. Seriously, can only hear whispering. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Test 1 2. I'm doing good here. The hot dog industrial complex must be held accountable. Why do we not have a federal investigation in this yet? Spray is a real tactic. Suppression fire does work, even when people say it doesn't. Oh, like pinning someone down, saying, I'm going to stay ducking while they're shooting. That's good. But as far as taking out targets, saying like, there's a threat, I'm going to neutralize that threat. The over your head, over the wall. You might as well just ask them to do it themselves. Brief synopsis on the trial we're about to join for those of us who are away from our desks later part this morning. Wagger. Brief synopsis. We were in court with Trevontae Nichols. It's an aggravated assault case. We're talking about shooting, but this happened at a last call liquor store, right down there by Pleasure Island or something. Yeah, great place. This is the sort of place you want to hang out after dark. Maybe take your family to walk around without a guard or police escort. It sounds like a scary place myself, to me. But this happened there. There was some sort of confrontation that happened inside the liquor store. I believe it might have been over Pappy Van Winkle. Somebody got the lost bottle, and then words were said, elevated to a shootout. Actually, a full shootout. Both sides had firearms, but the defendant pulled out his gun and started shooting and shot the building, shot the car of the victim, where he shot multiple cars. But in the victim's car, they were not hit. I believe that's my understanding. But there was the victim, his significant other, and their 9-month-old child. So he's facing aggravated assault charges for the 3 of them in the vehicle when he shot it. That's where we are. We've watched a little bit of body cam. We've heard a 911 call. We've heard that we're going to be seeing security camera footage of the whole event, with the defendant appearing in a striking red tracksuit, which no one else was wearing in the store or outside the store at the time. So That's where we are. Was it next to the Last Chance Saloon? Last Chance Saloon, Last Call Liquor Store. I've fought people over Pappy before. So you understand, Ben. You can see why I think that's my go-to for what happened. I didn't ever fight someone over Pappy because I'm not a drinker. I don't drink, but I did try to buy Pappy one time when it was being sold for, I think it was $89 a bottle or something, some 20-year-old Pappy. I tried to get some because I wanted to turn around and sell it because people were selling it for like $700 after they bought it for $89. They only let you buy one each, and a lot of people lined up before me. So, plus I didn't even know how the liquor store worked. I'd never been there before. So, all right. If you ever were around NSA headquarters, find the Hideaway Barbecue Restaurant. It's hidden away. If you know, you know. Where's NSA headquarters? Yeah, don't say. We'll get in trouble. See, if you have a brew-through liquor store, you can avoid the fights. They took Last Call seriously. That would be about retail price. Yeah, retail price is usually high. The issue was in the state I was in, which is Utah, they have a law that prevents them from selling alcohol at too much of a profit, like because the state runs the liquor stores, and so this law prevents the liquor store from pricing it at the market rate, and so when they get it dirt cheap, then you have to sell it like no more than like 5% above the purchase price. So. And it says in Fort Meade, Maryland. Now we know. Is Pappy some kind of wine or is it a spirit? I thought it was a bourbon, but I do not know. All right, where are we at? We've got a few minutes where the judge is still back in the back room. I'm still filling out this form. For live usage, I hereby acknowledge the Nevada Constitution grants specific protections to victims of crime and that my media organization will make the following reasonable efforts to prevent inadvertent disclosure of confidential information about victims. I think we'll run a delay. Does that work? We can do image masking with a blur. And the delay. It doesn't take the space bar. What's with the PDF that doesn't let you put space somewhere? There we go. Can we get a grandbaby update? I have one. Drama Mama. I still have one. I have about 100 bottles of bourbon currently behind Rudy's Ferry. Is it all Pappy? Pappy 23 makes the best cologne. Pappy 20 is not good. Many people prefer Pappy 15 to Pappy 23. I'm learning all these things today. Trial needs to end tomorrow. We have a date with Judge Clark on Thursday. Back down to Florida in the Panhandle. I wonder if one could make spicy maple pappy pickles. I don't know. Okay, the jury might be coming in. The judge is definitely going to be here in just a moment. Give me a second to finish this form and get it mailed off to Nevada. In the above titled case in Department Number 2 on the 10th day of August 2026 at the hour. What hour is his hearing? Charge murder. It's on a $750,000 bond. Wow. 11 a.m. Oh, that's the grand jury indictment. Keep going down. Nine a.m. 9 a.m. Check all that apply. I'll be recording as well. Not under the time limit. Dated this day. Okay, 4th day of August. 2026. Insert signature here. Alrighty. Where are we at? A little late start here. We were supposed to be going at a while ago, but principal and vice principal of a local school got DUIs last month. Oh, that should be a fun DUI assembly for the school to go to. Make them speak. They use a 3M brand Band-Aid on me at my labs today. My skin is itching and mad, like mad crazy from the glue. I hate 3M Medical. They make good Post-it notes. Right. Heavy rain has been detected in your area. It's sunshine out there right now. The weather app is slow. We are waiting. I wonder if they're taking a deal or something. Let me just say that when it comes to Post-it notes, the alternating accordion fold Post-it notes are 100 times better than the all one edge adhesive Post-it notes. It's the same thing. It's just they stack them differently. And accordion is the way to go. It's so much better. They work in a pop-up dispenser. They're just so much better. All right, a reminder to hydrate. Thank you very much for that one, Pat Fitzgerald. Appreciate that. So having a blast in the back-to-school section today. So many good deals on nice pens. Tell you, pencils, pens, crayons, notebooks, now is the time to buy them. I know my wife, she her eyes get big when it's back-to-school sales. We go through a lot of those things. Are they punking us? Wish there was a fan or something going so we could make sure that we're actually live. Occasionally someone wanders into the shot. That's the best we have. But they stick great, but something in the glue irritates my skin. Wonder what's in their glue. Well, I don't want to know what's in their glue because it's probably something I don't want to know about. Okay, I'm reviewing my document here. I need to file this off really quickly. Five-second delay with image blurring or audio muting of confidential information. I can do that. Copy link. Download with my changes. Then on the desktop. Still waiting. We promise not to show the victim Tupac on the screen. No, there may be cases, what they're talking about, Northwest, I think that's sort of funny. There may be cases where there is a victim who does not want their name, or a witness that does not want their name revealed. And if the judge says we can't show that, then we have to not show that. Plop my little signature down here. Not the best signature, but it's mine. All right. Someone got pulled over and arrested. The other sent home in a rideshare. A few hours later, the other one went back to the parking lot and picked up the car and got pulled over and arrested for a DUI. Thought they were going to sneak away with the car. Wagger waits till after the back-to-school rush. That's when you find the deals. Tupac. The Tupac accused killer trial, which is the Keefe D trial starting next week. Just want to get everything lined up for that one. Export this as media request to desktop. Replace. Attach the file. I only have 4 more cases to do this on today. And away it goes. Okay, that one's done. I'll give a big shout out to the Australian firefighters who are helping us out here in the U.S. with some of our fires. I know they've been helping up in Washington, and they're also helping in Utah now with the forest fires. It's awesome when people come together like that to fix a big problem that may be a little bit bigger than the people experiencing the problem can handle. So. Trying to keep up to date on everything that's going on here. Finally raining here again in Ireland. The grass is brown everywhere from the heat waves we've had. It's getting cloudy here, says Lois. It's pouring buckets here too, Amber. Yeah, Amber, we're sending it your way. There's more to come. I think we've got a plea deal. I don't know what else it could be. I think they are... As soon as I cut away from it, they'll come back. That's how it works. Oh, look, there's action. So it's live. Bailiff's here. We're up to the second. I think we might be done. Canadian firefighters are there also. Yes, thank you very much, Canada. We sent 4 for our local area here in the Shire. Amber, it dumped on us. So there's more down south if you headed your way. Yeah, we're just waiting for court to start. The judge said 5 minutes. He handled a capital case that turned out to be a 50-year plea deal, a murder trial where he pled guilty. And now a couple of the lawyers are back in chambers with him, had to talk something over, and the judge told the bailiff to tell the jury it would just be 5 minutes. And that was 30 minutes ago. Speaking of Canadians, did you hear your uncle's pro bono news? Yes, that is so awesome. Ian has wanted for a long time, this is his goal, to be able to provide legal services for people who desperately need it but can't afford it. And that requires him to be able to work without charging them the fees that he, by all rights should be able to charge. So that money just to provide for his needs so he can still work for free has to come from somewhere. And obviously he's got some sources there with YouTube helping out and the videos there. And he made the announcement that he's quitting his well-paying job to take a lesser-paying job, and this is going to enable him to do this pro bono stuff. And it's awesome. I love it. Still would like to see him in court sometime. Wish Canada would let us stream all that. Have a question. Says my quote project. I normally listen to the live stream now at work. The last few times I have went to listen to this live, there is no live from this channel. Do I have to sub to listen, or did? No, my quote projects. We have, depending on when you went to listen, we're sort of in a lull, the calm before the storm, right? We're doing a little court hopping. We've had a couple family issues with my future daughter-in-law being over here this last week and some sickness. So the live streams have been a little short. Started late and running a little short, and so you probably just missed us. But you don't have to be a member to listen, although you have to be a subscriber to talk, but you already are because you're talking in chat. So you've got that part squared away. Love that you're here. We'll try to do a little bit better coming up, especially we're talking about some of the court filings we're filing right now that will give us access to some of the big courts that will keep us busy for the next few weeks. And by those courts, we're talking about, well, it was going to be Sarah Grace Patrick this week, but she pushed off till possibly next year. So we've got Keefe D in Las Vegas next week. We have Shannon Gardner and her co-conspirator. Those are 2 trials out of Florida. And the Brigadand, I can't remember his last name, the Microsoft executive murdered trial. Those 2 trials are separate. We have those both coming up. They'll be very similar but separate. Also, we've got Austin Drummond in Tennessee. He's charged with quadruple murder in that one. So a couple big cases coming up that will keep us busy. And then we'll see where we go from there. So it's always a sort of fly by the seat of your pants thing, because trial like this one that we're watching right now, it could very well right now go to a plea deal and be done. And so our plan for watching this trial today could be over, and suddenly we're left looking for another trial. But I think we're continuing the case. We'll see what happens. Playing hooky today. Wonderful. The ones in Florida copy Wendy and Donna. I don't know. Brightigan. Just say it fast, like Brightigan. Brightigan. Okay. I want to say Brigadoon, but I know it's not that. Did my work block the listen live capability? That is a possibility, my quilt projects. There may be some workarounds. I don't know where you work, and I wouldn't suggest doing anything that would jeopardize your job. But there might be things you could do, depending on their network and yours. Whatever happened to the guy in Arkansas who killed that husband and wife on a hiking trail? Cauliflower, I think that's still just working its way through the court system. That was really recent. I mean, if you're looking at in the timeline for murder trials, it was within the last year. So we've probably got 2 years before that shows up in court if he's going through trial. The segment brought to you by NordVPN. Not a sponsor yet, but hey, hit me up. NordVPN is one of the possibilities for getting around troublesome filters. Problems, excuse me. I can't watch live YouTube at my job or work computer because of the firewall. I'm not saying you need a new job, but I would first make sure that your job does not frown upon this type of behavior, because if they discover it and they do frown upon it, then you've got problems. If you're allowed to bring your phone in, which, like, for the first few years I worked at the Department of Defense, we were in an open storage area where we were allowed to have cellular devices and smartwatches and things like that, and then we switched to a secure environment, meaning no wireless devices at all were allowed in. Watches, Fitbits, cell phones, anything. My work has YouTube set for restricted mode, and when you try to turn it off, it just comes back on. Just put it on my phone. I don't want you fired. No, I don't want anyone to lose their job because they wanted to watch me or chat with your friends here. What about the judge trial, Mickey Steins, something like that? Steins, that's in Kentucky, Laura. Interesting case. But it also, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a mental health defense. Like, and I don't know if that's going to, I mean, we might basically have him committed to, until he's competent. So the hearings have been a little strange. I don't know where that one's at. We'll have to check. If somebody knows, do let us know. My work used to restrict it and then stop training anyone, so let us have it back. Yeah, data on the phone can be a little expensive. There are some carriers that allow you to have unlimited internet. Oh, Judge is back. Here we go. Finally. Welcome back, Judge. 5 minutes, huh? See what happens.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
Okay. Let's close that. Okay. I had a nap. Did the judge have a nap? Looks like he has a headache. No real unlimited data on phones. There's always an asterisk. With my live view, which haven't been using lately, that's my only truly unlimited data plan. But I pay dearly for it. So for $550 a month, right around that range, and it gives me 4
witnesses that goes into some extraneous information that I have had a chance to talk with her about. And from talking with her, is definitely.
Sorry to interrupt. For the record, specifically, he's talking about Ayana Oates, one of the named victims in the case.
After talking with her, Judge, it definitely seems that I would need some time to investigate or corroborate some of the things that she talked about, and she gave me some information or leads to where I can do that. I'll need a little time to be able to do it.
What are you asking for?
Well, really, if my main issue is if we go forward today and he calls her on direct, then I definitely would have the opportunity to recall her after making some phone calls and investigating on my end to see if I can corroborate some of that information. Other than that, that's mainly it, Judge. I mean, I just want to make sure she'll be available for if I am able to corroborate any of that information.
What's they say? Can you make her available?
Without a doubt.
All right.
And again, for the record, to be specific, what he's referring to is during the lunch hour, when I was prepping this witness, Ayana Oates, she made me aware for the first time that she made an eyewitness identification of the defendant on that evening of the shooting as the shooting was ongoing. That was the first time I heard of it. It was no reference of that made to law enforcement in any of the reports or interviews. She also made me aware of an extraneous offense occurring at her place of employment involving this defendant, in which she stated that he flashed a firearm at her. And she also made me aware of another incident prior to the shooting in which the defendant inquired of her at a gas station meeting where they had a chance meeting. She said that he aggressively asked her about the whereabouts of Philip Bennett, another victim in this case, Judge.
All right. So that's not in any report?
No, sir. No.
All right. Okay.
She just remembered she saw
put her on the stand, and then you can cross-examine her if you want right now, and then you can recall her.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Bring the jury in, please. Thank you.
Jurors of criminal district court.
Jurors, get your butt in here. Little update. I got this via a phone call, but in Washington, where they had all those fires, thousands of people forced to flee their homes, destroyed hundreds of buildings, homes. They've made an arrest. Somebody who just barely got out of prison, who's now going to be going back to prison.
The record shall show the jury is seated in the courtroom. Okay. State.
Your Honor, the state would recall Deanza Bowler.
Recall, or is she still on the stand?
Please have a seat, man.
And you are the same Deanza Bowler who has earlier testified in this trial.
Yes.
And you're still under oath. All state.
Thank you, Your Honor. The jury will recall that we were at the point where we just admitted into evidence the photos from the scene that you'd taken and that you'd authenticated. And with the court's permission, I'd like to publish those photos at this time, please. For the record, I'm starting with what I'm referring to as the first batch of photos that depict the first call liquor store there. Is that State's Exhibit 6? Is that fair? Is that what it looked like that night?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
And
first calls, last
here, and here, what are we looking at? Those cones.
Each cone is a piece of evidence that I later collected.
More specifically, are these shell casings?
All but one is a shell casing.
Okay. What was the other item?
There was a wallet that was located.
State's Exhibit number
he
7.
dropped his
Is it fair
wallet?
to say it's just essentially a close-up of those shell casings or the evidence markers?
Yes.
State's 8, photo of that wallet.
Yes.
State's 9, a different angle of the store there.
Yes.
State's 10, just kind of a shot of the corner of that building.
Yes.
State's 11, what are we looking at here and here?
Those are bullet holes that entered the business.
Are they marked with little arrows?
Yes, I put little arrow labels next to each apparent bullet hole on the business.
If you recall, is that something that Officer Gonzalez would have helped you with?
Yes.
State's 12, just kind of a close-up of those bullet holes?
Yes.
State's 13, more bullet holes?
Yes, sir.
State's 14, kind of a close-up of those additional bullet holes, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. State's 15, have we moved inside of the store now?
Yes, that's going to be inside the cigar cabinet inside the liquor store.
What is that cone intended to mark or identify?
There's a spent bullet that was located in that box. It's in between two cigars.
State 16, does it show a better shot of that?
Yes.
Of that spent bullet?
Yes.
There is I think a pointer there behind you.
A fired
you can
bullet?
reference or refer to that screen behind you.
Yes. Right here is going to be the spent bullet.
Okay.
Got
All right.
caught
So
with
is it fair to
cigars.
say in your training and experience, and based on your observations at the scene, how would you say or characterize how that bullet ended up there?
There was so that was like inside by the front door of the liquor store, and I found a bullet hole that was like in the top left of it, but I couldn't find an exit hole, so that led me to believe that there was a bullet located somewhere in that cabinet. And then after looking, I was able to locate it in between those cigars.
I guess what I was getting at, my question, it was a poorly worded question. What I'm getting at is that bullet got there from someone firing it from the outside.
Yes.
Oh, all right, thanks. State 17, is this even a more close-up of that projectile of that bullet?
Yes.
You can have a seat, please. Thank you. States 18, what does that represent?
That's the inside of the cabinet where the bullet hole went through.
Okay. States 19, is that the outside of the cabinet?
Yes.
States 20, is that a close-up of that?
Yes, on the outside.
States 21, what are we looking at there?
That was the shelving on the west wall of the business where it was shot from the outside, and that's the inside portion where I took a photograph of a bullet hole that went through, and the products that were on the shelf got damaged and they were all over the ground.
Just a close-up of that
Yes.
bullet hole? States number 23, is that a photo of the shelving?
Yes.
States 24, that a close-up of those items on the shelves?
Yes, that was damaged.
Okay. Did a projectile go through that cigarette pack?
Yes, the bullet went through all the cigarette packs that were in that line, that shelf.
Through the wall, through the
all the
shelf,
packs of cigarettes.
through the wall, through the shelf, and then through all the packs of cigarettes?
Yes.
Did it continue on, or did the cigarette stop?
I didn't locate the bullet inside the cigarettes, no.
So
it kept going.
It kept going.
Yes.
In your training and experience, what likely could have happened had there been a person or persons in front of standing in that direct path?
If somebody was standing in front of it, they could have got hit by the bullet.
All right. States 26 here. Is that a different defect or the same? A photo of the same?
That's a different bullet hole.
Okay, so at least 3 bullet holes made entry into that store.
Yes.
Or projectiles made entry into the store.
Bullets, yes.
States 27. It's 27 there. What are we looking at here?
That's another bullet hole that entered the business.
99
on a
balls
separate
of
wall?
beer on the wall.
That's the same wall.
Okay. States 28, is it fair to say it is a close-up of that bullet hole?
Yes.
States 29, we're looking at the floor now, right?
Yes, that's the front mat of the entrance of the business.
Okay.
When I walked in, I was able to locate a bullet fragment right there.
And lastly, states 30, is that a close-up of that bullet fragment?
Yes.
Bullet fragment meaning what?
That at some point the bullets splintered apart. It's like the entirety of the bullet. The shell casing was ejected. That's what we found outside, and the bullet entered through the wall and just splintered off, and that's just a piece of the bullet that was located.
So, is it a fair summation of your testimony based on this these photos that at least several rounds entered into that store?
Yes.
The next group of photos I'd like to move on to are what I characterize photos from just behind the store. Specifically, States 31 is a photo of a stop sign. Why would you take a photo of or stop or street sign? Why would you take a photo of that?
There was multiple spent shell casings located in the roadway at that intersection, and so I took a picture of the stop sign because it kind of gives orientation of where the shell casings were in relation to the business that was struck.
So we're looking at Bluebonnet and St. Augustine?
Yes.
And it's fair to say that's just behind the liquor store?
Yes.
States 32, what does that represent?
That's the entryway from the roadway into the business, and that's where I located all those cones are going to be spent shell casings that were located.
Now, I'm saying
a lot of cones.
The back of the building, is it fair to say it's essentially kind of on the side?
Yeah, it's the west side of the business.
So we've got all those projectiles marked by all of those cones that were in the front parking lot. This is essentially cones representing spent shell casings on essentially the side of the store. Right?
Yes.
States 33, just another shot of those shell casings.
Yes.
States 65, States 34 is just a close-up shot of at least a single shell casing.
Yes.
Now, States 35, we've got a kind of a cluster of shell casings in the front of the store, cluster of shell casings on the side of the store, and now we've got another third cluster of shell casings. What area, orient the jury as to where this was located?
They're going to be about 10, 15 feet north of where the second cluster is located. So about 15 feet north of the entrance of the driveway to the business.
And I'm trying to think of a good way to show the jury. Well, let's do this.
Probably should have thought of that before.
Well, so we've got the liquor store.
Yes.
We've got front driveway. All right. Front parking lot. And then on the side of the store, we've got that cluster. We've got clusters of shell casings in the front parking lot, clusters of shell casings on the side of the store, right?
Yes.
And then we've got another cluster directly across from that?
Yes, a little further down.
Okay.
This whole line of questioning is a cluster.
And in your training experience, spent shell casings in different clusters like that, what is it indicative of?
There's locations where a person was standing when they were shooting.
Okay, so we've got at least 3 of spent shell casings that in your training experience indicates where an individual or individuals would have been standing when they were firing a firearm.
Yes.
Okay. State's exhibit number 36 is just kind of a close-up of that third grouping or area of shell casings, right?
Yes.
And lastly, states 37 is a close-up of the shell casing, or at least some of them, a couple of them from that third area, right?
Yes.
The next group of photos I'd like to go through is what I'm referring to as the photos associated with that GMC pickup truck. States 38 here. Is that shot of that GMC?
Yes.
In your training and experience, when you start photographing a vehicle, is it first your job to start at the front? Do you have a process? Do you kind of work your way around the vehicle?
Yes, it just depends on like how the vehicle is like located, like if it was behind something, but because this one's out in the open, I just started with the front and kind of worked counterclockwise around it.
All right. And in keeping with your procedure, states 40, you're around on the driver's side now. And
Yes.
what are we looking at here?
That's a bullet hole that struck the vehicle.
Okay. States 41, you're kind of working toward the back now to the passenger, rear driver side.
Yes.
What are we looking at here? It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, that was a bullet hole that went through the glass of
And,
the window.
and is states 42 a close-up of that?
Yes.
Is that like maybe some tint?
Yeah, there was tint on the window, so the tint caused it not to break because it kind of held the glass together.
States 43, is that a shot of the interior of that GMC?
Yes, that's going to be near the front passenger side. There was a bullet hole located near the headrest.
Again, in your training experience and in just common experience, had there been an individual sitting in that passenger seat, would they have been in jeopardy of being shot?
Yes.
More specifically, shot where?
That head area.
States 44, is that a close-up of that bullet defect in that passenger side area? I guess that, what do you call it, a B pillar?
Yes.
Okay. States 45, shot of the rear of that pickup truck?
Yes.
What are we looking at there?
That's a bullet hole in the bed of the truck.
So far, at least that pickup truck's been hit. Is it 2 or 3? Maybe that one that went through the window could have hit that B pillar.
If it was angled, yes.
If it was angled, it's possible, but at least 2, maybe 3 times.
Yes.
Okay. States 46, is that a up close shot of a bullet hole in that pickup truck?
Yes.
States 47, is that a shot of the bed of that pickup truck?
Yes, it's just the inside of the bed with the bullet hole.
Okay. And lastly, states 48, what's significant or noteworthy about that tire?
We believe that a bullet struck the tire, which caused it to go flat.
So that would be, how many bullets are we up to on this? Maybe
At least
4?
3.
At least 3?
At least 3.
He shot 80 times and hit the car 3 times.
Moving on now to the next grouping of photographs. The photographs associated with this passenger car, this Nissan. States 49, kind of an overall shot of that Nissan.
Yes.
What are we looking at there?
That's going to be a bullet hole that entered the rear passenger or driver's side of the window.
Okay, this was his intended target car. He was trying to shoot this
50, one. Just another shot of that vehicle and the bullet hole here.
Yes.
States 51, a closer shot of that.
Yes.
What else can we see in addition to the window shot here? What about here?
Yes, I was able to locate a bullet fragment that was embedded in the window frame right there.
So at least 2 projectiles struck this Nissan.
Yes.
Another shot of that door frame.
Yes.
53 is an even closer shot of that door frame.
Yes, I was able to extract that bullet fragment.
Now, State's 56, we've moved on to the passenger side. What are we looking at here?
That's another bullet hole in the front passenger window.
What about here? Is that something else too?
Yes, we believe a bullet struck the door frame right there as well.
How many bullets are we up to now? Maybe
3, 4.
Maybe about four so far. Struck this Nissan. What are we looking at here in States 57?
At the top roof of the car, that there was a bullet that entered as well.
Okay. There's 5 at least on that vehicle?
Yes.
States 58, is that a close-up of the that side of the vehicle?
Yeah, on the passenger side.
Now, on State 61, we kind of moved to the rear passenger. Well, let me show you this one first. State 62. State 62 shows kind of the rear quarter of that vehicle. What are we looking at here?
There's going to be another bullet hole.
Okay. Bullet hole here. What about here?
I believe so, yes.
And there.
And on the bottom, yes.
What are we up to? Like, is that 8? If my math is right, 7 or 8. All right. State 61, is that a close-up of one of those bullet holes there?
Yes.
And States 63, just another shot of one of those bullet holes?
Yes.
And lastly, States, well, 63 also shows a broken tail light. Do you believe that to be related to the shooting?
Yes, the owner of the vehicle advised that wasn't damaged prior to the shooting.
All right, so we're up to
all these are new bullet
8 or
holes.
9 maybe at this point.
Yeah.
Just in that.
Just for that vehicle.
That vehicle. And then lastly, that's 64 is a close up of the shot out tail light, right?
Yes.
And the last group of photos is what I refer to as the photos related to the Valero gas station or convenience store across the street. States 63. Is that a 65? I'm sorry. Is that a photo of that gas station?
Yes.
What are we looking at here and here?
Those are bullet holes that struck the business, but because it was a concrete exterior, they never made entry into the business.
Okay. State 66, is that just more of a close-up shot?
Yes.
Here, and there?
Yes.
State 67, is that an even more closer shot of those?
Yes.
And States 68, another shot?
Yes.
And lastly, State 69, another shot into that concrete wall?
Yes.
All right. Of the defect in the concrete wall?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever responded in your time in law enforcement or with ID to a scene with as many bullet or casings or projectiles?
No, this is the largest shooting case that I've worked.
And you've been doing this for how long?
3 years.
In addition to taking the photos and marking those casings or projectiles, did you also collect those for evidence, for safekeeping?
Yes, I collected all the spent shell casings and bullet fragments that were located on scene.
And they were placed in the evidence?
Yes.
And as far as you know, they're still in evidence today?
Yes.
A total of how many total casings did you find?
Collected 79 shell casings that night.
Okay, nearly 80.
Yes.
79.
79.
Which would indicate that at least 79 shots were fired.
Yes.
Could have been for 2 guns, though.
Did you prepare a report that detailed your involvement in this particular case?
Yes.
Did you do it at or near a time when these events were still fresh on your memory?
Yes, I did it after the evidence was logged in is when we started doing our reports.
Okay. And have you reviewed it prior to testifying here today?
Yes.
And did it help to refresh your recollection about these events? All right. I'll pass the witness, Sean.
Just briefly, Judge. Officer Bowler, let me see now. You said you've been doing this for about 3 years now before it's been attacked. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you arrived on scene here in this situation, were you the only tech that was there, or was anyone there to assist you?
No, I was the only tech that was on scene. I did have officers assist me in locating evidence, but I was the only tech on the scene.
Okay. And when you got there to start your portion of the investigation of the scene, did you have any say so into the perimeter, how far out you expand to look for any evidence or, like say, casings or things of that nature?
No, it was a very chaotic scene. When I first got there, officers prior to my arrival located the first cluster of shell casings that were in the front of the business. But once I got on scene and I started looking, I realized that the bullet holes came from the west side of the wall. And so that led me to start walking west until I found clusters 2 and 3. And then I alerted the officers and we expanded the perimeter and we got that all marked off so I could keep the evidence secure.
Okay. And as far as the collecting, and you say you were the one who yourself collected all the shell cases and everything that was out there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in collecting the shell cases and evidence, were you ever making any determination as far as what kind of shell casings to deal with, what type of weapon or caliber or anything that we're dealing with?
I did differentiate that there's 2 different calibers of weapon. We located 45 auto spent shell casings and 9mm shell casings.
So at least. Okay. Now, knowing that it was at least 2 different calibers, does that tell us? Does that narrow down any as far as how many guns were actually there, or
at least 2?
No, that's just that alone leads me that there's 2 minimum 2 different guns that were used. But then we could look at the head stamps of the weapons and enter them into NIBIN, and then that would lead us to possibly more weapons. Just because there was 9mm and 45s doesn't mean that that's the only gun that shot those.
So it's definitely still possible that it was more than these 2 weapons that was talked about.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you say these clusters, because you talk about this, the clusters kind of give you an indication where someone would have been standing and firing from.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how many and exactly how many of these clusters did we find, or did you find?
3 separate clusters on the scene.
So at least 3 different points of fire that you were able to see from your involvement in the investigation.
Yes.
So that would, of course, indicate that there was possibly at least 3 different shooters.
That doesn't necessarily mean that there's 3 shooters. One person could have moved locations.
Okay,
and continued shooting.
But I'm saying, given the
It's possible.
Right. So it is possible.
Yes.
And once you make those collections, what do you do after you round all the shell casings up and everything from the scene like that?
We'll transport them to the Port Arthur Police Department and secure them in the ID lab. And then from there, I will take detailed photographs of each piece of evidence, and then I'll log them into property, and then they'll take custody of them from there.
Okay, so once that happens, is that when your involvement stops?
Yes, once I log them into evidence, then it becomes the property ladies will come and accept it, and I no longer have chain of custody at that point. I pass it on to them.
Okay, and so from that point that you turn those over until now at trial, did you ever have to go back to or have any other involvement with the evidence that you logged in?
Yes.
And what was that?
I took multiple spent shell casings and entered them into NIBIN, which is the National Integrated Ballistics Information Network. It's just a way to, we enter in the head stamps, and then they'll have their correlation specialist determine if that gun is connected to any other crime.
Okay. Now, from that, were you able to determine, did that give you an indication of how many guns were out there, identifiable guns were out there?
Yes. I think I made 4 NIBIN entries, I believe.
4?
Yes.
There were 4 guns?
So would that give you the indication that it was 4 different weapons?
Yes.
That would normally indicate more than 2 shooters.
And let me ask you also, as you go through collecting the evidence, how do you determine
Can't wait to see
which
the video.
shell casings are fresh and have been out here for a long amount of time?
We're just gonna collect all spent shell casings that were located, even if we think that maybe a shell casing is old, we're still gonna collect it and log it in as case evidence. Because we don't have like any way to know for 100% fact that that's old or if that was their previous prior to the incident.
Okay. And at what point did you notice or locate the shell casings or any defects or damages that have been done across the street at the Valero?
So we had some of our officers attempt to go across the street to get video because they have a video camera that covers the intersection. And while they were over there, they noticed the defects in the wall and they contacted me to let me know about it. And then once I was done processing the scene, I went over there to continue processing.
Okay. So were you still on scene and processing the location at Lost Call Liquors when you got that call, or did you have to come back out or be dispersed out?
No, I was on scene.
Last call, not lost cause.
And from there, is there any breakdown or has there been any breakdown of how many shell casings were located near or around the Lost Call Liquor and what would have been found from across the street of Valero?
There was no shell casings over at Valero.
Okay.
It was only the 3 live rounds that struck it.
So was the 3 lives, were you able to extract the live rounds?
There was, I believe I found 2 on the ground because they never made entry into the business because of the concrete exterior.
Right.
I did locate 2 that were on the ground.
Okay. And then from those live rounds, do they have any identifiable characteristics?
I'm not a ballistics expert, so I wouldn't have any idea about that.
So it'll be nothing you'll be able to know from your portion of the investigation?
No, not for my portion.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, so after the 4 entries you made after, did you have any other involvement from that point?
Yes, I did take custody. Yes, for our evidence items 6 through 12 and 14 through 16, I was requested by Detective Cater. He wanted me to process them for touch DNA by taking swabs with the head stamp over an area of the shell casings.
Okay, so you were able to, did you just collect the swabs or were you able to make any determination of what they
I collected the swabs and sent them off to BPS for
Oh.
their analysis.
Okay. And so, and once that was done, did you have any involvement after that?
No, I just logged everything back into, I released custody back to the evidence text and I have not touched the evidence since then.
Since then? Okay.
Yes.
No problem. Thank you, Judge. Pass the witness.
Nothing further for this lady excused? Yes, sir. You are excused. Thank you. Next.
At this time, the state calls Wazdi Ahmad.
How confident are you in that name pronunciation? Because it sounded like about a 3 out of 10. Brandon, welcome. Good to have you here. Glad you can stop by. Polite one, thank you very much. Thanks for bringing a friend.
Come forward. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. And have a seat. Thank you, sir.
May I proceed?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your full name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and by all means, spell your name for the court reporter?
By all means, please.
My name is Washington Hunt, Wajdihammammad.
A little slower, perhaps.
Wajdihammammad.
You got that?
All right. Mr. Hamad, how are you employed, sir? What do you do for a living?
I own Last Call Liquor.
And that's the jury's heard testimony about Last Call Liquor located there on Gulf Way in Port Arthur. That's in Jefferson County, Texas, right?
Correct.
How long have you been the owner of that location?
5 years.
Okay, so you would have been the owner of Last Call Liquor back on January the 11th of 2024, correct?
No.
Last Call Liquor, is it outfitted with a recording or surveillance equipment?
Correct.
Are you familiar with that equipment, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
In what way are you familiar with that equipment?
I'm the owner and operator of that equipment.
Okay. And do you know that equipment to be capable of making an accurate recording? Well, listen to my question. Do you know that equipment to be capable of making an accurate recording?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And do you have any reason to believe
that
it would not have been properly functioning back on January the 11th of 2024? Okay. You're very aware of what happened on January the 11th of 2024, the shooting outside of that business, correct?
Correct.
And was that shooting?
It's a little leading.
And no, were individuals or suspects associated with that shooting captured on surveillance video in Last Call Liquor just prior to that shooting? I know it's a wordy question.
Yeah.
In other words, right before that shooting, were individuals or people captured on your recording equipment?
Individuals were captured on there, but not the actual shooting.
Yes. Okay. The individuals, but not the shooting itself.
Correct.
Okay. May I approach the witness?
Yes.
Mr. Hamad, I'm going to show you what I am marking as case exhibit number 7. Tag. And before I mark it, we'll take this post-it note off of here. What's on this post-it note?
It's mine. It's with today's date.
Indicating what?
That I have watched the footage and it is my footage.
All right. And it's the footage that you just testified about, right? That I just questioned you about, right?
Correct.
All right. And you are familiar with the scenes and the items and the depicted, in other words, the inside of your store on this video.
Correct.
And you have no reason, other than the redactions that we made, taking out the sound, do you have any reason to believe that this video has been altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
Just to be clear, there are 2 separate clips on here, right? There's a clip before the shooting and a clip after the shooting, right?
Correct.
And we've redacted the sound on the clip before the shooting because you can hear conversations among those customers, right, in the store. So we've taken that out, right?
Correct.
But the sound remains with regard to the second clip, right?
Correct.
Yeah, at this time, State Officer States 70. It's been previously provided to Defense Counsel in discovery. I'm tendering for his inspection.
Hold on just a second.
It's 70. Am I off? My number's off?
Your questions are.
Well, 70 is next, and that's what you're calling this particular exhibit 70.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No objection, Judge.
It is admitted.
Permission to publish?
That is granted.
Boo-doo. Oh, man. Bailiff hit the lights. Then leaves. I have to squint a little bit. Every time the lights go off, the judge finds that bottle and drinks out of it. Burns.
What are we looking at here?
The recording time on floor.
Okay.
Looks like a top-down view looking into the store.
We're about 16 seconds into the video. Is it fair to say that two individuals are walking into that store?
Yes, sir.
The individual this trailing behind, what, if anything, is unique or remarkable about what he is wearing?
It's red.
All red?
I mean, red and black.
Okay.
So now I was just proven wrong that the flashing in the window below is not the cop light on the video, because there is no cop light on the video. It's a camera error. So I was 100% wrong. I'll own it. We see people walking around in the store down the aisles. They're walking quickly but not running. Doesn't look to be chaotic yet. Somebody says, "Where's the Pappy? Who took the last bottle of Pappy?"
For purposes of the record, we're about 1 minute and 15 seconds into the video. Is it fair to say there are 3 customers and it looks like at least 2 employees in the store at this point?
Correct.
Is it fair to say that individual in the middle is the only person who's wearing red from head to toe?
Yes.
Guess it takes a long time to shop for liquor. At least at last call.
For purposes of the record, it's about 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 43 seconds into the video. What's happening now, Mr. Ahmad?
It seems like another customer come walk in.
Okay. So again, for purposes of the record, 3 minutes and 28 seconds into the video, does it appear that that individual wearing all red is exiting the store, right?
Yes.
All right. 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
People still walking around on camera. Can't tell what's going on. There's no audio.
Purposes of the record, this is the second clip that's on this clip of surveillance video. Is it from that same night?
Yes.
The judge is just happy to be watching this. It's just chilling. Oh, he's sweeping up. Can see that.
To the record, we're about 1 minute and 10 seconds into the second clip. What does it sound like is occurring?
Sounds like gunfire.
Hey, what the fuck?
Sounds working.
That's right fucking outside. That's right outside.
Boom. Now he's running.
Purpose of the record, 1 minute and 28 seconds. Does it sound like there's a second round of gunfire?
Correct.
So we've got 1 minute and 10 seconds, 1 minute and 28 seconds. We're talking about a matter of 18 seconds between rounds of gunfire. All right.
Yes.
That's all I have for this witness, Your Honor. I'll pass it back to Mr. Mott.
No problem.
Mr. Mott, was you working that evening?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. So technically, everything that you know about this evening was either secondhand or through just what was on the video.
Correct.
Okay. That's what you said.
Nothing further, please, witness.
Is this witness excused?
Yes, sir.
You're excused, sir.
Thank
Next.
The state calls Mohsin Akon.
Want to help spell that one for us?
We'll let him do that, Judge.
With an M.
Come forward, sir.
Raise your right hand.
Hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
The bailiff keeps scooting the chair.
Please have a seat.
Big guy.
And he's about to ask for your name. If you would be so kind, not only to pronounce it, but to spell it so that the court reporter can take this down properly. Thank you very much. Chugri, thank you.
Thank you. Please state your full name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Mohsin Akon.
Please spell it.
Mohsin. Last name is Akon. Akon.
Thank you, Mr. Akon. And how are you employed, sir?
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody can hear you. Pretend like you're speaking to that furthest juror. Yeah.
That should be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How are you employed, sir?
What is on the latest unit?
Which unit?
Latest.
Larry Gist unit. So you are working for the prison system or the, right? Is that fair to say? Now, back in January 11th of 2024, you weren't working for the prison system, right? What were you doing then?
Work at the gas station.
Gas station. Are you, through your work at a gas station or gas stations, were you familiar with the Valero or that convenience store there on Gulfway across from the Last Call liquor store? Are you familiar with that store? Please explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how you're familiar with that store.
I mean, what is the?
Let me ask it this way, because it's my understanding that you were friends with its previous owner, right?
Yes.
Okay. And by virtue of being friends with the previous owner, did you come to be familiar with that store?
Yes.
How?
He's my friend. Mostly my friend. Sometimes he call me to work like couple hours.
Okay.
So I will look up.
So at some point you worked at, at that store from time to time, and you were friends with the owner, right? And even though this person is the past owner, the new owner, do you know if the new owner changed or did something different with the surveillance equipment? No. Is it the same equipment as far as you know? How do you know that?
Because I'm going.
You go there?
Yeah.
Okay. From time to time, right?
Yeah.
And when you go there, do you have access to the entire store? I'm talking about behind the counter and the back office.
Yeah.
You can go back there by virtue of knowing the owners of that store.
Yeah.
Okay. And your knowledge of the store, your knowledge of that surveillance equipment, based on that, do you know if that equipment is capable of making an accurate recording?
Yes.
Do you have any reason to doubt that it wasn't accurately or properly working on January the 11th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. And that's a yes, meaning it was properly working,
Yeah.
right? Yes. And have you had an opportunity to review certain surveillance video from that evening of January the 11th of 2024?
Yes.
And was it on a USB drive?
Yes.
Did you look at it in my office earlier today?
Yes, sir.
And were you familiar with the area, the landmarks, or the items that were depicted in that video?
Yes, sir.
Did it appear to have come from the surveillance video from that Valero gas station?
Yes.
And do you have any reason to doubt that that video has been altered or manipulated in any way? Now, that video, it was enhanced to some degree, right?
Yes, sir.
Enhanced in what way? What's your understanding of how it was enhanced?
Well, like this, take the video in the camera.
I'm sorry?
Maybe just take this video in the video camera.
Let me ask it this way. Was any portion of that video enhanced or zoomed in or blown up?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it was. So you've reviewed the video, the original video, and you've reviewed the enhanced video, right?
Yes, sir.
And is it your testimony today that both of them, as far as you know, are true and accurate copies? Even though it was enhanced, it's still a true and accurate copy. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
All right. Judge, may I approach the witness, please?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Akon, I'm going to show you what I am marking as State's Exhibit number 71. And is this the video here that you watched in my office before testifying? Watched in my office today before testifying today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your Honor, at this time, and does this contain the video that you were just testifying about in answering my questions?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, I offer State's Exhibit number 71. It's been previously provided to the Fifth Council Discovery, and I'm tendering to him for his inspection.
No objection, Judge.
Admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge.
That is granted.
That bailiff would just let go of those light switches. Quit being Mr. Aziz. So close.
Akon, there's a screen behind you if you want to refer to that one, or if you can see that one, I don't know, but or this one, yeah. What are we looking at? What's being depicted here?
This side, another store, the corner.
That's the store there at the corner, and across the way, what's here? Well, I don't know if you can see it, but
Right, the corner.
yeah.
Why don't you help?
Yeah,
let's help the jury. You can stand
up,
and then
point corner.
Yes.
Show the jury where last call in for this, please. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Across the road there.
Were there any other points of view you want to?
Not right now, Judge. I think I should have used this cursor is what I should have done. All right. So you have to see here. Mr. Akon, I'll direct your attention to this area where my cursor is. And it's going to be kind of hard to see, and we'll rewind it. But and we've also got it enhanced, and that's coming up next.
Were you able to see over there? Because that's closer for you, but you can see fine. Thank you.
But we're watching and can't see anything. I'd just like to share this little conundrum with you. My youngest, whose birthday it is today.
For purposes of the record, we're about 1 minute and 11 seconds into the video. The video ending in 0909. What, if anything, is occurring at the last call liquor store now? What's happening?
This guy shooting me.
All right. What is it? What color is the outfit or the clothing that individual is wearing?
It's a red color.
Okay.
My youngest wants.
I know it's hard to see. Pizza. We'll do the enhanced here in a moment.
He wants pizza from Little Caesars. Why does it cost the same amount? Oh, yeah, you can see the red. Why does it cost the same amount for Crazy Bread as it costs for Crazy Bread with sauce?
What's happening now?
But sauce by itself is $1.20.
What did you say? So this guy is around the back way now.
Speak on microphone.
And then say it in English. I do not understand.
Because we have to hear you. We all have to listen. If you'd be so kind to speak louder. Thank you, sir.
What's happening here, Mr. Akon? What are these individuals doing?
These both guys are left down. I'm the upper down.
They're down?
Yes, sir.
What does that indicate to you? What do you think is happening now?
What do you think? Objection.
Maybe they're shooting.
Maybe they're shooting. Okay.
No objection?
To be clear, maybe they're hearing gunshots. Is that fair to say?
Objection.
Yes. Okay.
What do you think is going on? Oh, man. We have not had an objection yet in this trial.
All right, let's try the enhanced video now.
Embiggen the pixels. For just a second, we could see.
All right, so in this little box, is that the original video? Yes. Okay. What we have done now is you can see the last call liquor store here a little bit clearly now, a little bit more. It's closer now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We moved the camera closer to the store.
Mr. Ayden, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to play it at full speed first, and then I'll rewind it and play it at half speed.
Oh, yay. This guy's going to get like a crick in his neck. He's turned around like an owl. It was a honk. Is this a half speed or a full speed? It's going to take all day at full half speed.
For the record, 1 minute, 4 seconds into the video, does it appear that there's a vehicle that's driving away from the store?
Yes, sir.
What's happening now?
The guy have gone.
I'm having trouble hearing you. What was that? What was
The guy
that?
have handed gone.
All right. Now, what I'd like to do is run it back, and I'll play it at half speed.
Is that because the witness couldn't keep up with what was happening in real time? I'm just... The only question you asked him is what's happening now, and it says the guy had a gun. Now we're going to slow it down to see if he can understand a little better what's happening.
Your Honor, I may have gotten out in front of my skis on this one. My laptop allows me, it gives me an icon at the bottom to play it at half speed. I don't see that icon on this laptop, so I may not be able to play it at half speed.
Oh, goody. There was much rejoicing. Oh, here comes Tech Bailiff.
Yeah.
Tech Bailiff went to Post Academy, so he could turn lights on and off, push chairs in, and plug things in and unplug them again. And really, Julia, yeah, I'm sort of glad he requested pizza today. So I didn't hear IT. Oh, that was an IT request, right? It was sort of a unspoken request.
That's all I'll publish at this time, and I have no further questions for this witness. I'll ask the Judge.
Okay, you played at half speed for the witness and didn't ask any questions.
So let me just ask you briefly. Were you working on the night in question?
I'm sorry.
Were you working on the night in question? So you were working at the Valero when everything happened?
No, sir.
So you weren't there?
No, I'm not there.
Okay. Okay,
No
so
further questions.
your involvement is only because of your connection to the owner
Yes, sir.
and knowledge of the security system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pass the witness, Judge.
Nothing further to.
Is this man excused?
Yes, sir.
You are excused, sir. Thank you. Next.
Your Honor, this time the state calls Cameron Rebert.
So we've had two people just testified that were not there. We're not eyewitnesses. They just know how to use DVRs.
Cameron Rebert.
Like the gangster name suggestions going on as we're preparing for the Keefy trial.
How's the jury doing?
Lucky Slick,
Okay.
Toots, Cash Blaze,
Fine.
Lil Homie, Lil One, Big Dog. Those are good ones. JMR, what did you give me? What was the my gangster name? Rico Addy something? I think it was Rico
Step
Addy.
forward and please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. And please have a seat. Thank you, ma'am.
Love the sing-song voice. Never gets old. Here we go.
May I proceed?
Bring the spice.
Please, would you state your full name for the ladies and gentlemen of the
Bring the
jury?
spice.
And spell your first name. I think it may be a little different.
It's Cameron Rebert. My first name is spelled Camrynne.
Okay. And
Rebert.
and how are you employed?
I'm currently employed with Jefferson County Adult Probation.
But back in January of 2024, how are you employed?
Well, police department as a crime scene investigator.
And on or about January the 11th of 2024, were you asked to what you call process a vehicle? And I guess I should establish in what capacity how were you employed back then?
A crime scene.
Crime scene. You may have already said it. I'm moving on to my next question. And we've heard some testimony about what crime scene techs do through Ms. Bowler, so I don't need to rehash that with the jury. Processing a vehicle, that includes taking photos of that vehicle, right? And were you asked to take photos of a vehicle that was associated with or linked to a shooting at the Last Call liquor store in Port Arthur, Texas? That vehicle being a 2015 gray Buick, correct? And may I approach the witness, Judge?
You may.
That included photos of the inside and the outside of the vehicle?
Yes.
Show you what the state's exhibits number 72. Here we go. Showing you where I have marked state's exhibits 72 through 83. I'd ask that you take a moment to look at those and please let me know if you recognize those.
Yes.
Do they appear to be true and accurate copies of the photos you took of that Buick on that day?
Yes.
Do they appear to be unaltered and have not been changed in any way?
Yes.
Judge, at this time, State Officer, State 72 through 83, it has previously been provided discovery, and I'm changing to defense counsel for the inspection.
No objection, Judge.
It's admitted.
Permission to publish?
That's granted.
Ms. Reber, is this that vehicle that you've just been testifying about?
Yes.
starting at the front of the vehicle, states 72, states 73. Is that a shot of the rear of that vehicle?
Yes.
What are we looking at here, here, and here?
I placed trajectory rods in the apparent bullet holes just for picture purposes, and then the arrow is pointing to a possible bullet hole.
State 74, is that just another shot of the rear of that vehicle?
Yes.
State 75, again, rear of the vehicle, just kind of close up, zoomed in.
Yes.
States 76, is that another shot of a possible bullet defect in that vehicle?
Yes.
State 77, again, rear of that vehicle?
Yes.
State 78, if you can tell or make it out, is that like a defect on like the rear deck lid or back of that trunk of that vehicle?
Yes.
States 80 here, is that like the inside of the trunk area?
Yes.
What are we looking at here and here?
The first thing that you pointed to is the other end of the trajectory rod, and then the second thing is the spent shell casing.
So in other words, trajectory rod, you stick that through there in order to show or demonstrate what?
I just put it in there to see if it went all the way through, and it did.
Okay, correct. States 81, is that a close-up of the projectile?
Yes.
And states 82, I couldn't quite make it out. Maybe you can explain it if you recognize it. Is this like from the inside of the trunk showing that shot?
I believe so.
You believe so? Yeah, that's what I thought it would have been. Showing the entry hole, right?
Yes.
Okay. And states exhibit number 80.
The
83.
leading, the commentary.
Another shot of that hole, entry hole into somewhere in that trunk area.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Good.
No objections yet by this defense attorney.
Reber, I guess in your training experience, and I guess just in your common day-to-day experience, is it fair to say that it's possible that if someone or persons were in that vehicle, it would have been possible that they could have been struck by one of those projectiles? Thanks for being here. I know your testimony was brief, but I think it was important. I'll pass the witness, sir.
More commentary. Reinforcing the testimony for the jurors. Completely inappropriate.
Let me just ask you quickly. Did you ever do any processing to the scene at last call liquor?
No.
Or anything? So your only involvement dealt with the process of that vehicle. Did you have any involvement with this investigation after that was over?
No.
Okay, you sure?
Can you read?
After you processed the vehicle, this vehicle that we saw these photos of, did you have any other involvement in this investigation?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Okay, and what was that?
I had the test fires completed from the gun that was logged into evidence.
Okay, so you had involvement with the shell casings as well?
Correct.
Okay, and what was the extent of that? I know you just kind of briefly talked about it, but what was the extent of that?
So the gun that was logged into evidence was requested to be test fired from a detective, and so I went with the detective. Beforehand, I logged the gun out of evidence, went with the detective to the gun range and test fired the gun.
Okay, do you recall what type of gun that was?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you recall where that gun was located at or where it was found?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you have any other follow-ups with this weapon or investigation after that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Pass the witness, Judge.
Nothing further for this witness.
And you are excused, ma'am. Thank you. Next.
Your Honor, this time the state calls Darius Charlotte. Charlotte.
I think this guy's going to get convicted,
There you go.
mostly on the strength of the evidence. But he's going to have he's going to have an appeal with the ineffective assistance of counsel for not objecting to any of the leading or any of the commentary or the bolstering of the witness testimony or he's just rolling over and playing dead. Might as well just jump straight to sentencing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please have a seat. Thank you, sir.
That's what we all want to know. Is he actually dead? If he is dead, how did the records get released?
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Officer Charlotte, please state your full name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I don't know, I guess spell your last name for, well, spell your first and last name for the court reporter.
Hello?
Full name, Gary Charlotte, DAIRIUS, CHARLOT.
Okay, how are you employed, Officer Charlotte?
Old South School, Police Department.
And you are a certified police officer, correct?
Yes.
How long have you been with PAPD?
6 years.
Okay. And were you working as an officer with PAPD back on January the 11th of 2024?
Yes, sir.
And the jury's already heard from Officer Gonzalez and her involvement in this case. During her participation in the investigation of this case, did she forward to you certain video?
Yes, sir. Video footage from last call.
Video from last call liquor store, right? Surveillance video. I mean, you weren't there on the scene, so she sent it to you either by what, phone or email? Email. So she emails you this video for what purpose?
To see if I recognize anybody.
You are from Port Arthur, correct?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Born and raised, you grew up there. Is it fair to say you know a lot of people?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So she sends you this video.
You know a lot of
and
people.
I am, for the record, I am going to, if I may, Your Honor, republish State's Exhibit 70. Just a minute.
Can you adjust the camera? Turn it just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Any objection?
Oh, objection.
It's allowed.
Good judgment.
Yeah.
It's just that is just out of the frame.
I know, but
We could do just a little bit, just a tiny bit. It'll be fine.
okay. Okay.
10 o'clock.
Thank you.
No, right there. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Judge is doing important work of aiming the cameras in the courtroom. The judge wanted 3 meat and Hawaiian, but unfortunately I bought 5 meat and Hawaiian. He said it was okay though.
Is this the video, or at least you said a portion of this video by Officer Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize any person or persons in this video?
Yes, sir.
Could you use the pointer? There should be a pointer there next to you to the right, and use the screen behind you. Point to the person or persons that you recognize, please.
You can stand up if you need to. Thank you.
Subject in the white and also the subject in the red.
I'd like to focus on the subject in the red, please. Who do you know that person to be?
Trevontae Nichols.
Trevontae Nichols.
Yes, sir.
All right. Please have a seat, officer.
This officer knows him personally and recognized him from the video. That's strong. Victim also recognized him. Told the dispatcher exactly who it was.
Officer Charlotte, do you see an
911
individual in this courtroom here today who you know to be Trevontae Nichols that you recognized from that video that was sent to you by Officer Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Could you please point to him and identify him by an article of clothing that he is wearing?
White shirt.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant, Trevontae Nichols.
Yes, it will.
Officer Charlotte, that's really all my questions. Short testimony, but important nonetheless. I appreciate you being a past witness, Judge.
Anything? Go ahead.
Just quickly. Officer Sean, you said you received the video from Officer Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any other involvement with this? Other than that interaction there, did you have any other involvement in this investigation?
Sir.
Okay. And at any time, did you have to go out to the scene or anything during this the initial call or dispatch?
No, sir.
Okay. Pass it with the judge.
Is this man excused?
Yes, Your Honor, he is excused.
You're excused, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Next, please.
Your Honor, this next witness very well may be kind of a long-ish witness.
We'll take a break.
We'll take a break.
We'll take a sharp break, ladies and gentlemen.
Sharp break,
10
everybody.
minutes. Relax, stretch your legs, report back outside. Thank you. Everyone else remain seated while the jury and the witness leave first.
Did he say spread or stretch?
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, we're having a sharp break, so oh, quick, cover up. Nobody look. Nobody look. Don't look. Why did the camera go dark? Okay. They're still leaving. Hang on. We'll give them a minute. Okay. Oh, they're still leaving. Give them a little privacy. Oh, still. How many jurors are there? Like 20 jurors.
We're in a short recess.
Hello, hello.
There we go. All right, we have. I think my computer is going very slowly, which means I probably opened something that that's eating memory. It's not Amazon. It was X. All right, let's fix this camera for once and for all. Let's see what happens here. Why did it go so dark?
When are we going to break for lunch, Judge?
Reset all. Okay, we're going to turn that camera off for a minute.
Have them send someone with more experience.
We'll do this. It won't even turn off. It's stuck. Okay, we're back on. And now it's like super duper dark. Bring it up to 14. About right here. There we go. It's a little better.
You are banished from the state of Georgia.
I fixed it. All right. Well, we have the sharp break. We will.
I think I'm about to catch a whooping.
Oh, let's see. My son is headed to Little Caesars to.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
To pick up pizza. It's nice to have a child old enough to drive vehicles and run errands for you. He just needed me to pay for it. Sorry, I said no pizza for you. We need a new camera. No, I bumped it and it changed the feed coming in for some reason, but it's working now. I mean, it's a little out of focus.
The bar sucks anyways.
The bar does suck. All right. Okay, Las Vegas has at least let me know that they got my request. That's good. I've been here long enough that my driver's license is going to expire. They're ready right now. By the time you get there, they're ready. All right.
I don't like podiums, Your Honor.
Did get a Hawaiian pizza, yes, because that's the best kind. Don't at me on that. That's the only time I eat pineapple. It's not meant for human consumption unless it's on pizza. Got a 5-meat Hawaiian, 2 pepperonis, and 2 orders of crazy bread. That's because we've got like 7 people, 8 people eating, I think. Couldn't find the Sarah Boone portion of the earlier stream. Can we get it? Too long, did not read. She's mad at her lawyer again. That's it. The lawyer said, I'm not going to respond to
I
the
was told
state's
counsel
brief.
wanted to see me at sidebar.
And she believes that that means that he's not doing anything for her. That's not what it means. But she's
When are we going to break for lunch, Judge?
reached out to the court directly, even though she was instructed not to do that because she has no one else to turn to. Asked for the appeals court to give her direction and guidance, which they are not going to do. And so she's going to be disappointed. Food crime pineapple. Lock me up. I'll serve time for that one. Switch the ham out for sausage and you get a good pineapple pizza. Should try that. Let's see. Let's go back to court now that it's working. Just got a couple more minutes on a break. Why do I have camera 5 on there? Oh, okay. Never mind. It should be on there.
Now let Murdoch stall it.
What is the counter counting? I only see 184 likes and if refresh twice. It's not working right now. I'm trying to change the way it connects because currently it's on a manual system where there's a database hosted in the cloud somewhere that my son has to click a button and it will do a search for a live stream on my channel, and if it finds it, it will then query and send through the YouTube API. It will send a request for the number of current likes on the stream, and then it will populate the database and then publish to this every 15 seconds. It's a long technical thing. I'm trying to change it to be a if this then that app, which is a lot simpler, and it also uses their quota of API calls instead of my quota of API calls, which we've had problems with this expiring. If you've noticed, sometimes at the end of the day when commands just stop working, that's because I can only ask YouTube through the API, which is the programming interface with YouTube, questions 10,000 times a day. And you might think that's a lot and that's enough, but it isn't, because every time somebody does, I've got a stubby little pencil or Alex or here or seat or something else. That's a query. And so they don't cost me anything, but I get 10,000 of those a day. And also throwing in how many likes there are every few seconds just adds to a lot more questions. And sometimes the program gets stuck and asks multiple times when it should only ask once. So we're trying to fix that. It is very complicated. It's complicated enough that Smurl, the company that makes these counters, will not do it for you.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
They'll do it for Facebook. They'll do it for Instagram. All that. They will not do it for YouTube because it's very complicated. But my son's a smart kid, and I feed him pizza, and he makes me programs. So it's a very technical counter. It's awesome, and I love it. I'm tempted. I'm pretty sure I can do this legally. I'm tempted I can take it apart and run this on something myself. Instead of right now, it basically has to go back to Smurl, to the website, and then they send it through their web to my device again, which is a weird setup. Literally, I have to send something to France and get it sent back for this to update. I can run this and manage it all on an Arduino board or something inside, but I would have to cut it open and access the parts inside. I love it. I absolutely love it. Love the counter. Have you seen the videos of guy eating disgusting things like sardines or whole eggs on a plane? Disgusting, but also hilarious. I'm thinking tinned fish is sardines is something that you should not eat in public, let alone in an enclosed space in public. No Arduino. Use ESP. Love me some ESP. I've got a NVIDIA Jetson Nano. Could that run it? Or Raspberry Pis? My wife slings Zaz, meaning pizzas, on the side for a local place. She told me yesterday the public would shudder to know how often they sell pineapple with black olive pizzas. Ooh, that's good. Now I like olives as well. Raspberry pie is fine. And Aneo was fine. Both overkill. Yeah, I think black olives need to be. You need to have something else. You need to have peppers with black olives. That's my qualifier. You can't do sweet and olives on themselves by themselves. If you're doing a combo pizza where you have mushrooms and green peppers,
Hello.
olives, sausage is probably good. I wouldn't do anything other than sausage on that combo. Then it works really well. Nana was fine. Overkill, though. I think we've got like 6 of them. So, or the Jetson Nano we might only have 1 of. But it's the beefy one. It's the big, it's the powerful one. They're just stepper motors. There's a stepper motor for each one of these counters.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
So it should be pretty easy to program.
Because he's the guy.
Anchovies are my go-to. I've only used those for fishing. I've never even eaten one in my life. I've used them for bait. They did not work for that either, though. Micros are better just for the cable type. No one has mini USB anymore. True. It was a crappy. I mean, I like that it was directional. I didn't actually like that part. USB-C is so much better. You can put it in either way. Flip it over, it still works. Veggie without green peppers, but extra tomatoes. Oh, I'll do extra sauce, tomato sauce, but not tomatoes on a pizza, believe it or not. Laura here confesses to the cardinal sin. I'm not a fan of pizza, and I don't like anything pasta. I'm a bad part Italian. Laura, you were kicked out of the crime family. If you've had Caesar salad in a restaurant, you've had anchovies.
I got a stubby little pencil.
I'm a chef salad guy. We have pizza about once a month. We also have about once a month Stouffer's lasagna. It's not like Mom used to make it. But man, is that good. I can put away a lot of that lasagna. It's delicious. Kids love chicken bacon ranch pizza. San Francisco Pier 49 sourdough pizza. They did a chicken bacon ranch that was delicious. But I'm not sure if they're only in Utah or if they're a chain. Sorry to talk about food. I'm hungry, as you can tell. I actually have not eaten yet today because I just was sleeping the whole time. That's probably why. Can't eat Stouffer's lasagna, make mine homemade. I wish their sauce were better. The Stouffer's sauce is sweet, like they add sugar or something to it, which is just wrong. I prefer more of a fresh sauce. But I think they nailed my preferred consistency on those lasagna noodles. In college, we called it Mama Stouffer. Anna's going to go make, I'm going to be good and make dinner, no pizza. Favorite thing on pizza is caviar. Oh, Josh. It's the sauce. I hate the sweet sauce. Yeah. It's just not right. You almost have to go grab some Hatch green chili flat iron pepper flakes and add it to Stouffer's pizza just to get rid of that sweet flavor. But then you're eating a spicy lasagna. Okay, judge is back. Looks like we're going to return to court for our last little session here. You ready, Judge? They're going to call the jury and we're going to see him again, huh? What are you opening? Do you have snacks up there, Judge? Did you bring enough to share? Oh, he does. What is it? Lift it up a little bit. The lady that puts the paper on the camera is not there. He quickly pops a candy in his mouth, sticks it in the right cheek, starts to chew. Looks like a caramel based on the effort required to chew. Also had crumbs on his hands, so maybe a bonbon. He brushed those off before he picked up his pen. What do you think it was? Jerky? Covers his mouth while he chews, savors the flavor. Judge, can you turn the mics on for us? There's our last juror. Can you raise your right hand? Thank you. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes? Okay. Have a seat right here. Judge. Judge. Us. Judge, we need us. Sound.
Bring the jury.
It's a witness, not a juror. Thank you. Thank you.
Jury, and spell your first name for the court report.
It's spelled Ayana.
And Ms. Oates, if you could speak up a little louder, we want to make sure everybody on the jury can hear you. Are you a little nervous today?
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can, and just bear with me, okay? And we talked about this right earlier, okay? What do you do for a living?
HEB.
Okay. And how long have you worked at HEB?
4 years.
Okay. And where do you live? I'm not asking for your address. I just want to know the city and state.
My house.
And how do you know of Philip Bennett?
Yes.
How do you know Philip Bennett?
He's my child's father.
Okay. And your child, that child being Messiah Bennett?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have to get yeses and nos because that's how she takes it down, the court reporter. She difficult to take down. So you, at least at one point, were in a romantic or a dating relationship with Philip, right?
Yeah.
And the two of you have a child, Messiah. And back in January of 2024, specifically January the 11th of 2024, were the two of you dating at that time?
Yeah.
Did the two of you visit the Last Call liquor store?
Yeah.
And you went there in Philip's gray Buick Verano, correct?
Yes.
And it was you, Philip, and Messiah, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And was Messiah in the back seat, in the car seat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you ride in the back seat with Messiah?
Yes, sir.
And Philip was driving, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you arrived at the Last Call liquor store, and where did you park?
The parking.
The far end of the parking lot of the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who went in to the store?
Philip.
And you stayed in the car with the baby. And did Philip eventually come back out?
Yeah.
And did he get in the car?
Yeah.
And did he start to pull away?
Yeah.
Now, you're still in the back seat with Messiah. And what, if anything, got your attention or happened next?
I heard gunshots, but it sounded muffled because we're in the car. The first bullet hit the back of my seat on the passenger rear side, and I turned around and I said, "Oh, they're shooting." And it's a body in the red, and somebody in the red in the middle of the street, and there was 3 other people there. I turned to my left because my
Three
son
other
was on the left side of me behind Philip. I unstrapped him, took all his clothes off to check him, see if he had any wounds or anything, just make sure that he was alive, for one. Philip got out, defended us. We end up leaving. We get down Memorial. It seemed like somebody was following us. I can't tell you exactly, but it felt like somebody was following us because a car was going behind us really fast, like as we're trying to get out of harm's way, of course. We get down to the feeder road. We make it to Academy. Hit Academy. We pass up Academy at Walmart. It's Walmart. We get to the back where your officers meet us in the back.
Okay. And what I want to do is unpack that. You said a lot in a short amount of time, and I need to go back and kind of unpack that. May I approach the exhibits, Your Honor? I want to talk about the vehicle first off. State's exhibits number 72 and 73. Is this a photo of which has already been examined? Is this what Philip's car looked like? And this is the car that you were in driving that evening, right?
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, those are State's exhibits 72 and 73.
Yes, sir.
That you just
That I just
displayed
to the jury. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And State's exhibit number 75. Would you disagree with the testimony of a Port Arthur Police Department ID tech if she's testified that these are possible bullet holes in the back of Philip's vehicle? You would disagree with that?
I would not disagree.
Okay.
In front of the Walmart.
For the record, I've displayed State's 75 to the jury. And when those shots were fired, what, if anything, did you experience or feel?
At that moment, I just felt like I lost everything because at the heat of the moment, I thought my son was dead.
Well, I want to go back. You and I talked about this case before. What did you tell me you felt as it relates to what, if anything, traveled into that vehicle? Did you feel a bullet or something that you thought was a bullet?
And the wore right in my body at the back of the seat, and I it fell.
Okay. You said you saw a individual in red after you heard the shots and felt what you thought or believed to be a bullet. Did you recognize that individual who was in red? Is that a yes?
Yes,
Who did you recognize him to be?
sir.
And how would you know or have known a Trevontae Nichols?
We graduated together, class of 21.
Okay. This individual who was in red that you know to be Trevontae Nichols, is it your testimony to this jury that he was the individual or one of the individuals firing at you, Philip Bennett, and Messiah Bennett that evening?
Yes, sir.
And do you see an individual in this courtroom here today that you know to be
Josh, thank you
the
very much.
Trayvon Nichols that you graduated from school with,
Josh,
that was dressed in red
you
back on
gifted yourself
January
a
the 11th
membership.
of 2024, firing at the car that you were in?
Yeah.
Could you please point to him and identify him by an article of clothing that he is wearing? This individual here. Your Honor, I'd ask that the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant Trevontae Nichols.
Yes, it will.
Now, you talked about Philip defending you guys. You left out some details. How did he defend you?
Whenever I told him that it was shots going off and I felt the bullet hit the back of my seat, he stopped, got out, opened the back door as like I was taking our baby clothes off to make sure that he was good, and came back to the front, got underneath his seat and grabbed his firearm.
And what did he start doing at that point?
Returning shots.
Shooting at the people who were shooting at you?
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened next?
We left. We went down to the bonnet, made it down Memorial, flew down the road, I'm being honest. Hit the feeder road to get to Academy and Elder.
And in the process, did anyone make a 911 call?
Yes.
Who made the 911 call?
Still my phone.
Okay, so Phillips calling 911. At a certain point, and you may have mentioned this, but forgive me if I didn't catch it. Once you make it to Academy and then to Walmart, then law enforcement contacts the three of you, right? Did you tell law enforcement what happened that evening?
Yes, sir.
In fact, you sat down with a detective, I don't know if you recall his name, but Detective Boudreaux, did you not?
Yes, sir.
And you told him what happened? Did you tell him essentially what you're telling this jury here today? And Philip sat down with Detective Boudreaux as well that evening, correct?
Yes.
And Philip's firearm, if you know the answer to this, did Philip make his firearm available to law enforcement?
Yes.
What was the purpose of him going to Academy and then to Walmart?
Just knew not to go home.
Did he go there to buy more ammo?
No.
Well, if he says that on the 911 call, or if there's testimony that he said he went there to buy more ammo, would you disagree with that?
I don't know what was going through his mind. I know when we told that we were separate, so.
Fair enough.
He went to Walmart to restock on ammo after the
Is it
show.
fair to say that you were in fear of your life? What specifically were you afraid of that you thought could very well happen to you, to Philip, or to Messiah?
Yes.
Just us losing our life in general.
Lose my life in general.
Were or are you aware of some beef between this defendant and you?
You got beef?
Was there some type of previous relationship between the two of you?
No.
Are you aware of any beef or grievance or issues between this defendant and Philip Bennett?
No.
Where's the beef?
Was there an incident, an occasion between you and this defendant where the two of you ran into each other at a gas station when you were pregnant that gave you, at least looking back in retrospect, gave you some concern?
Objection leading.
At the heat of the moment, like I was telling you and the other prosecutor, me and Philip was in an argument, so he might have been trying to just get my attention just to say, where's Philip, or hey, how, but I took it the wrong way because, when you upset or in the heat of the moment, you got attitude with everybody. That's me.
But essentially, what happened? Tell us what happened.
Oh,
you were pregnant. This was before Messiah was born, and you ran into this defendant where?
Yeah, I was it was stripes at the time. I was gonna give me a cup of ice, and he was behind the little deli part, and he was like, "Hey, where's Philip? Where's Philip?" And I just looked, and I didn't say nothing to him. I just walked out, and I ended up leaving.
Okay, but was it in a friendly tone, where's Philip, or how did you take his tone?
To me,
Speculative.
It's not speculative.
Sorry, what was your objection?
Yes, speculative.
She can answer if she knows.
How did you perceive his tone to be?
That's the one you
when
go
he was
with.
referencing Philip.
It wasn't like a warning. Like, where's Philip?
Wasn't friendly?
No. It was like, hey, where's Philip? Like.
Okay. That's what it's just.
Mr. Prosecutor, are you sure you're done testifying? I mean, questioning this witness? Excuse me. Sorry. We get one objection.
Ms. Oaks.
It's the wrong one.
Let me talk to you about this evening at last call first. Okay. Now, at any point did you get out of the vehicle? So from the time that you and Philip pulled up to the store, you never got out or anything. So you and your baby stayed in the car the entire time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, does the car that you are the windows tint,
In the nighttime, it could seem darker, but it's regular tint, yeah.
Regular temp, but like you said, at night.
It seems a little darker. Yeah.
Okay. So if you and your child was in the car, anyone just passing by or seeing it may not even know you were inside. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Now you say that as far as you know, you and Mr. Nichols never had any issues. Is that correct?
For my knowledge.
And from what you telling us right now, as far as you know, him and Philip never had any problems, right? And how long had you and Philip been together?
Officer Phillips since the 8th grade. So we've been together since.
So the entire time you all were in school throughout high school, he pretty much knew you and Philip, y'all were together. For anyone that knew you all knew that you all were in a relationship.
I was going to not Memorial. I was going to Lincoln at the time, and he was going to TJ.
Okay.
So Thomas Jefferson. But, not necessarily. We was going to do 2 different schools.
So what school did you go to with Mr. Nichols?
Lincoln and also Memorial High School in the 9th grade. Okay.
And what about with Philip?
We never went to school with each other. He went to TJ, the 9th grade center, and then he went to Evolution.
Okay. Now,
tint.
You say that when the gunfire started, you said you looked back, you saw 3 people.
4.
4? So you said it was 4 people shooting?
Not 4 people shooting. I saw 4 people.
Okay.
One in red, which was Trevontae Nichols, and 2 other people, and there was another person walking out on the sidewalk. I guess it could have been people coming out the store, the liquor store.
Okay. So basically, it was 4 people you saw at the time, but you couldn't tell if you saw at least one person was shooting. Okay. And then, at what point did Mr. Bennett call 911? You remember?
No, I could say by the time we hauled down Memorial, we made it past that last light, getting to the highway. That's when he called.
Okay. And when he was on the phone with 911, did you pay attention to that call or was listening to the call or what?
No, I was still in shock. I was still panicking. Are we out harm's way or whatnot? Yeah, I wasn't. I was there, but mentally, I wasn't there.
Okay. And when you all got to the store, you said you all were met by law enforcement. Is that correct? And did they talk to you immediately or did they take you back to the station?
They separated me and Philip. They took him, put him in cuffs and put him in the patrol car. And then they also took me and the baby, and I got his car seat. We got into another patrol car, and we both left differently and got spoke to differently.
Okay. And when you talked to the officers, they asked you about what happened that evening, right?
Yes.
And in talking to them, did you tell them that you saw Mr. Nichols shooting at you?
No, I was never.
So you didn't feel it was important at any point in time to tell them there was Mr. Nichols that was shooting at you?
No, I said I knew one of the people. They never asked me to identify who was shooting. That I just said I know one of the people that was involved. If that makes sense.
Okay. Now, as far as this incident prior to, because you say that you were going through some hormonal things, right? Being pregnant and everything, right? And so that could have been just a passing interaction. Is that correct?
What, the gas station?
Yeah. Okay. And it could have been nothing malicious or meant to be in harm's way, or you were in harm's way, or anything?
No, I didn't feel like I was threatened at that time.
Okay. Did anyone after the fact from law enforcement interview you or talk to you after that night in question?
No.
So you're saying today is the first time you're actually telling us that it was Mr. Nichols that was shooting at you?
No. I said it the night. I said I know one of the people there. He was my classmate. Now I'm saying it again.
So what exactly are you saying you told the officers that night? What did you tell them?
I told him that whenever the shots rung off, the one hit the back of my seat, I turned around. I seen Trevontae Nichols in a red shirt, jacket, whatever, in the middle of the street, firing shot at us.
You said that's what you're saying you told the officer?
No, I didn't tell him that, but that's what happened. I told him I knew the person there, and it was Trevontae Nichols. Him and some other people, I assumed there were assailants to what was going on, but they may have or may not been with him. I don't know. But I seen him personally with my own two eyes.
I pass it with the shift.
I have nothing further for this.
All right, Ms. Lee, excused.
Subject to recall, please.
All right, you are excused, ma'am. Next, please.
We're gonna need a break, Judge. We need a break.
All right. Time for a break?
Sure.
Is it going to be
Who's
short?
next?
Short or long?
Judge.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Stretch your legs, relax, and report back outside 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you. One more for today? Or so? Okay.
Pizza's here. Bart Shrake. Oh man. Yeah, this is an interesting testimony. She
And we are in recess. 10 minutes.
That's a lot of semblance. 10 minutes. Start your timer. Thank you, Lois. I appreciate it. Love that you do this. She's very sus on what she told us and what she knew. We're going to have a short break. I think the defense lawyer realized that he forgot to object throughout the whole trial, so he objected with speculation. We're in recess. You can't do anything. Behind Rudy's Ferry, member for 24 months. Woohoo! OG.
Short recess, about 5 to 10 minutes.
How many times you can tell us? Wait, of course, now, we're in recess. He hits the little bottle. You can't tell me that this is water, okay? Watch the judge drink this. I especially watch for his, like, because it burns. It burns like a good whiskey, I think. Let's watch him take a little swig. Okay, that time he didn't do it. I'm sorry. Maybe it's water. Prosecutor walks up and shows the judge something in a folder. Doesn't show the defense. Not everyone swills an entire bottle of water at one go. I can't help it if they're broken. Love ginger. Like a good ginger beer, like Stewart's ginger beer. There's no alcohol, so I'm not getting drunk off of it, but it tastes delicious. It burns pretty good. Sparkling water. I want a ginger beer now. It's good stuff. I want to eat my pizza, but the judge called a break right when it arrived. I'm curious what defense asked for the break for. I guess just to talk to his client. We do have new testimony that's come out from a witness today. She's also provided some testimony that may differ from the police reports. So possibly he's going to try to impeach her here. They're going to be able to recall this witness as well. Surprised he didn't object to any of the leading. And more importantly, I think leading's bad, right? But sometimes the judge will allow leading to lay foundation and to get to the meat of the matter, as long as the actual testimony isn't. Who dis? Who dis? New phone, who dis? Your Honor, we've got somebody here next to you. Oh. What are you doing? Who's he? Get him up. Get him out of here. Not in my courtroom. Oh, we're doing this. Here now? Okay. You got 5 minutes. They got him out of there. That was quick. Big yawn from the judge. Massage the face, the temples. He's tired. It's a little late in the day. It is 5:20. I need to tell you that on the 10th, which is a week from yesterday, I've got a gig at the town hall. I'll be live streaming, so I'll have to leave a little bit early for that one. But this will be jury selection for the Keefe D, and it's jury selection supposed to take all week. It's probably going to take a while, so probably will not be in trial in that one. Is the Las Vegas trial, so it will go later in the day, but it's just the 10th that I have the gig. So I have a suspicion the last witness had a bit of a thing with the defendant, or maybe I've been watching too many dramas. It seems that the prosecutor was trying to get her to admit to something that he seemed to know about that she didn't. He asked a lot of leading questions that way. Is your town talking about the sewage system again? I think it's like the city manager, the town manager they fired or something. It's something juicy. I know that. It's going to be good. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to mic it. I think I'm just going to throw a mic on their speaker system. Very carefully so I don't get overmodulation, but they don't have a tie-in. There's no port that I can actually plug in and get their raw sound. So I'll mic their speaker system and I'll mic the public address podium. And that should be good. Lapel mic so they can't mute. They've actually been mad at me because I'm media and it's open, and I asked permission to film to stream the meetings. They said yes, and so I set it up. It's a public meeting. The public's there. They're up there up front, and they're talking about backroom deal type stuff. And I'm streaming it, and they're like, "Whoa, we didn't know you could hear that." Well, we could.
The record shall now show all parties are present. And I ask the bailiff to bring the jury forth. Thank you.
Jurors.
Summon the jurors. So this guy's in custody. He's going to testify. I'm guessing he's one of the four.
Bring the jury.
Pay no attention to those people in the back of the room. Looks like we got them all. All right, I'm going to eat pizza while we hear this testimony from this jailhouse snitch. I mean, witness. Excuse me.
And the record shall show that all parties are present and the jury is present. The state may call your next witness.
The state calls Philip Bennett, and I believe he's already on the stand.
That's you, sir, right? Raise your right hands, please. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Oh, God.
Lower your head. Okay. Go ahead, stay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please state your full name for the jury.
Philip Bennett.
Mr. Bennett, if I can get you to speak up a little louder, please. I want to make sure all the jurors can hear you. Mr. Bennett, I want to get straight to it. You are, or at least you were back in January of 2024 in a relationship, a dating relationship with Ayanna Oates, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the two of you have a child by the name of Messiah Bennett, correct?
Yes, sir.
And back then, back in January, Messiah would have been about 7 months old, right? Okay. And you visited you drove your 2015 Buick, was it a Verano? You drove it to the last call liquor store, right?
Yes, sir.
May I approach the witness?
Yes.
It is State's Exhibits 72 and 73 are these photos of your Buick.
Yes, sir.
And you got out and you went inside of the last call liquor store, right?
Yes, sir.
Permission to republish State 70, Judge?
That is great.
Oh. Who is this individual? We're about 26 seconds into State's Exhibit number 70. Who is this individual right here?
I don't recall.
Can we get the lights, Judge?
Did he just develop amnesia?
Now, Mr. Bennett, me and my investigator, we talked with you last Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And last Friday, you made it clear to us that you were not enthusiastic about coming to testify today, correct?
Correct.
In fact, you told us that you'd prefer not to come and testify, right?
Correct.
And you understand that you are under oath, and if you fail to answer my questions, or if you answer them falsely under oath, you understand that subjects you to perjury, right?
Correct.
Law enforcement asks you certain questions about this night and this individual, and did you answer their questions about this night and about who that individual is?
Oh.
All right. You understand that I can use what you told law enforcement that night to either impeach your testimony or to help refresh your recollection. You understand that, right?
Correct.
You understand that that interview that you gave with law enforcement, it was recorded, and I can use that recorded interview to either impeach or to refresh your recollection. You understand that again?
Correct.
Let's try this one more time. Who is that individual in that video in the red?
You can zoom in.
Sir?
You can zoom in.
I'll do you one better. May I approach the witness, sir?
Yes.
And do what I am marking. States exhibits 84, 85, 86.
Just when we thought it was boring, it got juicy here. Just like a pineapple pizza out of
I
nowhere.
represent to you that these are screenshots from State's Exhibit number 70, that video there. And these screenshots I am showing to you. And I'll ask you, State's Exhibit 84, State's Exhibit 85, if now that I've got this, at least for the record, directly in front of you, about a foot away from you, showing you State's 86 in particular, it's an enhanced zoomed in video, screenshot of the video of that individual in red. I'll ask you again, sir, do you recognize this individual?
Yes, sir.
Who do you recognize this individual to be?
Someone I went to school with, probably.
Is that person that you went to school with have him?
I don't want to say.
No, you don't want to say. Your Honor, I'll ask that the court direct this witness to answer.
He's asked you a question. You are ordered to answer it, or you will be held in contempt of court.
Get juicy.
Speak truthfully.
You understand the contempt of court has consequences, okay? You understand it? All right. Again, State's Exhibit number 86. Do you recognize that individual?
Nichols.
Does Nichols have a first name?
Trevontae.
I asked him. All right. I'm going to tender State's Exhibits 84, 85, and 86 to defense counsel for his inspection, Judge.
He buckled. Seems a little coercive. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the proper method of how to do that. The lawyer threatening state of the law.
All right. States Exhibits 84, 85, and 86 are admitted.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
That's granted.
To take a one. Oh, there it comes. State's 84, for the record, is a screenshot from State's Exhibit number 70, the surveillance video from the last call liquor store.
Can you help us?
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you.
For the record, I am going
The other way.
I'm going to zoom in for the record. Okay. State's Exhibit number 85 is just another screen grab from that video. And lastly, State's Exhibit number 86 is a zoomed in picture from the screen grab from that video.
Well, would you look at that? We got a match.
Mr. Bennett, do you see an individual in the courtroom here today that you know that resembles this individual in the video and that you know to be Trevontae Nichols? Would you please point to him and identify him by an article of clothing that he's wearing?
A t-shirt.
This individual right here?
Right.
Your Honor, I ask that the record reflect that this witness is identified to defend that.
You said a white t-shirt. That's a button-down collar.
For the record, I'm pointing. Sir?
White window.
All right, this individual here.
Yes, the record shall show that the witness has identified the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a few more questions, Mr. Bennett. You were shot at when you were leaving the liquor store, right? Who was in the car with you?
I'm sorry, sir. You have to speak out loud so that the court reporter can take down words. She can't take down a nod or a shaking of the head. Okay. Thank you. Follow the rule. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
You were shot at. Oh, let me back up. Referring to State's Exhibit number 84, Is that you there in the video?
Yes, sir.
All right. When you were leaving that store, getting into your Buick, you were not alone in that Buick, were you?
No, sir.
You were in there with Ayana Oates and with Messiah, right?
Yes, sir.
Messiah and Ayana were in the back seat. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
When you were driving away, you were fired upon, right?
Yes, sir.
You stopped and returned fire, right?
Yes, sir.
Fair to say you were defending yourself and defending Ayana and Messiah, right?
Yes, sir.
You returned many shots, right?
Correct.
Because many shots were being fired at you, right?
Correct.
You made a call to 911, correct?
Correct.
Law enforcement met you ultimately at Walmart that evening, right?
Yes, sir.
And you were interviewed by law enforcement that evening, correct?
Correct.
You gave law enforcement your version of what happened,
Correct.
and you also made your firearm available to law enforcement, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's the witness, Judge.
In front of the Walmart. Mr. Bennett, I just have a few questions for you, okay? Now, when you pulled up to the store, it was you, Ayana, and your child, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when did you first have any contact or anything with Mr. Nichols when you went inside the store?
I walked in. Yeah. I don't want to lie to you because I really don't remember, but the most part I remember walking in, turning around, seeing him, and then walked out. Then I looked. That was it.
Did you and Mr. Nichols have any previous problems with each other or any previous beefs or anything?
No, sir.
And you all went to school together, right?
Yes, sir. But not very long. Because I always moved schools.
Oh, you always moved around?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, even during that time when you all in school together, did y'all have any issues or anything come up between you or his friends or your friends or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. So the idea that Mr. Nichols would just start shooting at you, that would be baffling to you, right? You wouldn't understand why he would even do something like that.
Sure.
Okay. Now, when you talk to the officers, you did tell them that you have been having some issues with some people, you just didn't know who, right?
No, sir.
Did you tell them that your house or apartment had been broken into?
A long time ago. But that's something that's separate.
And you tell them that someone had stolen your guns and things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
That all happened to you?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to find out who was responsible for that?
I wound up getting papers in the mail with different names, so I don't really know. But once I wound up getting the paperwork with the names on them, I was already dealing with this case, so it was too late.
Okay. But evidently there were some issues or people involved that there were some issues involving you, but they involved totally different people from Mr. Nichols. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I don't really talk to people like that in the world, so.
Okay. Pass the witness, Chip.
Just a follow-up question, Your Honor, or to Mr. Bennett. You told law enforcement that this defendant said something to you when you were in that store, correct?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
What's up?
All right, just a simple, what's up, when you were standing there at the counter, right?
Yes, sir.
What was your response?
I turned around and I don't even remember what I told him. I probably said, "What's up, Eric?" Something like that.
Yeah, well, you would agree with me. There's a way to say what's up. You know, like what's up in a friendly way. What's up? And there's a way to say what's up kind of in a not so friendly way, like what's up. You would agree with me?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the one, Judge.
What about, what's up?
Anything, Marvin?
No, that was.
All right, this man excused?
He
We're gonna need
is,
another-
but we may need to.
We're gonna take a break right now.
Another break, Judge.
Okay, all right, short break. Do we have one more witness?
Yes, Judge.
All right, short break, 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Stretch your legs. We gotta just put something on the record here outside the presence of the jury. Thank you.
Liar, Judge. Well, maybe he knows we need to put something on the record, but mostly the jury gone, so they don't know this witness is in custody. Like Buick trials, I drove a Buick Skylark for a while. It belonged to my grandma before we got it. It was blue.
Jury is exited. We are in a short recess. You can go. You go back down.
Nothing to put on the record, Your Honor? So he did lie.
Yeah.
Okay, go call the jury again.
Yeah.
We're done.
What's up?
Guy comes in and says, "What's up?"
Yeah.
We were in a short break. Do they still make Buicks? Like, is it? I'm not even sure if the company still exists. It sort of went the way of the Volkswagen, right? Do they make Volkswagens anymore anywhere? Troy, you drive a Buick Electra? It sounds electric, first of all, so it sounds modern. What's up? You need the Z.
I know I've got the one witness, Judge, but can we break for the day? Can I break in first
Yeah.
in the morning?
That's what you want to do?
Please.
Okay.
Get the jury.
All right. What time? What time to be back? What time do you want me to bring him back? The same time, 9:30? Okay. We're going to bring him in and release them and then break.
Right.
Okay, Mom. Yeah.
Buick no longer makes traditional passenger cars.
Judge,
What do they make?
the court prepares the charge, right?
Yeah, if you don't mind, that's only, I've done that for 20 years. So I can always change if you want to do
I don't want to
it.
do that. I practiced.
Because it's a pain sometimes.
I practiced in Polk County, Judge,
Okay.
and we used to do it. Submit drafts is what we used to do.
No, I'll prepare it for you.
Yes, sir.
And then y'all sound in, you make any changes, recommend any changes, but we've got them all ready to be, in the printer, and we've had it for years. So we just hit punch buttons. All right, bring the jury in.
The judge says, I've got it on speed dial. I've got one job.
I'm not going to let them sit down. I'm just going to bring them in, stop, and then tell them they can go. Relax, slow down, stop there, because we're going to break, but I want everybody in here. So there's no reason to go in and sit.
Well, now we gotta get our stuff.
You got to get your stuff. Sorry, I'm married to a lady. I should know that. Hey, get your stuff.
Are you saying the men didn't bring their man purses?
We're going to break for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to catch you before you got settled here. If you'd be so kind, remember the instructions the court has given to you. Please return back at 9:30. And I think the state is going to be winding up its presentation of its case in the morning. So that's our plan. And have a nice evening, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow. Thank you.
That wouldn't be your name tags on the banister.
We don't want to pick those up at Rayo's. They'll show up at Rayo's a lot.
Rayo's Bar and Grill? What's Rayo's? Okay, GM owns Buick, and so it's just to give the illusion of choice. My sister has a Buick Regal. Daughter just bought an electric Volkswagen. Do they still like the Bug? Like the Volkswagen, like the Beetle? Like the Love Bug, Slug Bug?
I got forward. Right, the jury is exited. Anything to bring up by the parties?
Nothing from the state.
We are in recess. Docket.
Docket is done, says the judge, and then he leaves. All right, that was fun. That was fun. We're not quite done. We'll be done tomorrow, it looks like. And it got a little spicy towards the end with a hostile witness that the state immediately began impeaching. They called and then impeached promptly. We've got a potential former relationship, maybe, that's being denied. We definitely know we have beef, but everyone who has the beef says there is no beef, because whatever the beef was, it was the where's Philip at the gas station with the girl. And then when they went to the liquor store and walked in, and Philip walked in and the defendant was there, Trevontae was there, it went straight to shooting. So there is beef in there somewhere. You can't get there without beef. Where's the beef? So that's the trail we are. They stopped making the Mercury. They quit making the Beetle. I'd have the new electric Volkswagen van. Okay, some of those little camper vans were pretty cool. Herbie, rest in peace. I remember watching those movies as a kid. In school, by the way. When I went to school, I'm not sure if it's just my school district, we had this idea that we could get better behavior from the students. And I say we as if I was part of the administration and the faculty. I was one of the students. And I'm talking like 3rd grade, 4th grade. We could get better behavior from the students if we offered them a reward where, as long as they behaved for the month and didn't get sent to the office or get arrested or something else during the month, then you would get this reward, this group reward. And so they'd show us movies. We'd have movie day at school, and it would be, a modern movie. We watched Herbie. We watched one that was rated R one time. It was called The Black Pearl. I have no idea why they showed it to us. It was traumatizing. I remember like the spider, the tarantula, the guy getting bit, and the circle of fire and everything else. That was a pretty freaky movie. But they showed The Black Pearl. I think the teachers wanted to watch that one. We did not. It scared I think a few of us peed during that movie, like right there. It was scary. But especially for 2nd or 3rd graders. Yes, I think it's rated R. But somebody look it up. There's a movie called The Black Pearl. And at some point, it's like an island setting. I don't even know what the plot is. But there's an island setting. There's some duel where they pour like gasoline in a circle around the people, and they have to lay there with like a tarantula. The tarantula's crawling over them and biting them, and one guy crushes it in his hand. It's gross. Okay, it's like it shows stuff that arachnophobia wouldn't show. Anyway, so they showed us that one. I think that was the last movie they showed us. I think they got in trouble after that one. There was no censorship in the 80s. Ah, good times, good times. I'm going to Google this myself. Okay, hang on. IMDb, The Black Pearl. Not the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not the Johnny Depp one. We're talking the 1977 movie, The Black Pearl. No, that's not it. That one's only PG. There's got to be a different one. Might be called something else. Oh, no, that's it. Okay, it's only PG. I thought it was R. It scared the bejeebers out of us. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to show you this picture. It has a spider, just as a warning. Spider's going to be on the screen. Just briefly. This is a screenshot from the movie. There's a tarantula crawling on the dude. Rated PG. I thought it was R. Probably should have been R because it's got spiders biting people and stuff. Den of a Giants. Let's see. The young Raymond Salazar, son of village owner, dreams of becoming a pearl fisherman. His father agrees to let him experience this job. Raymond enters a forbidden cave. Yeah, suspense, like in spades. Den of a Giant skate, nicknamed the Manta Diablo. It means devil. He finds an oyster containing a black pearl of unusual size. His father donates it to the Virgin rather than to sell it to honest traffickers. This sounds like a great movie for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds to watch. You know, however old. We were older than that. I was probably 6 or 7. 77 was before PG-13. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I was telling you this. We're done for the day. We're done for the day. It's time to go home. I'm not watching that movie. So R rating by default for having spiders. I'll be addressing this with my therapist. Maybe I have a case. Maybe I can go back and sue my school. Fun fact, that school, I'm not trying to get into religion and church and state and everything else, but that school sits on land that was donated by a family. And they donated it to the school district on the condition that there would be a specific Bible verse about honoring your mother and father on the wall of the school. And if that verse ever got taken down off the wall of the school, the land reverts back to the trust, and they lose it. So that school, to this day, still has that Bible verse on the wall, only because nobody, the ACLU or somebody else hasn't found it yet. It's just some little elementary school somewhere. And because the second that comes down, the school, that whole property, the whole complex, and it's massive, it's huge property, is going to get turned back over to the Adelaide family, for which the school is named for. All right, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile. It's going to make their day just a little bit better.
When we started 110 years ago.
And please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning, where we finish up this case and get ready for the next one. Yes, that was a fun little elementary school. I remember the day they brought, it was the anti-smoking day, and they brought in lungs, like actual human lungs, sealed in like Ziplocs, and they passed them around, and we're like squeezing them, and they're like, here's a regular person's lungs, here's a smoker's lungs. Anyway, more fun stories on the podcast. You guys have a good night. We'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye.